Good afternoon and happy homecoming. I'm Will DeLorenzo alongside Kawon Cook. And for everyone here at VSU-TV, we want to welcome you to Bazemore-Hyder Stadium for today's matchup between Delta State University and Valdosta State University. Now, Kawon, we have an exciting game on hand today with a lot of interesting game notes. The first and kind of most prevalent being it's homecoming for VSU.
And yes, it is. And this will be Curran Bell's first homecoming game. They come into this matchup with a 4-game winning streak. They look to continue against the Delta State Statesmen and head coach Todd Cooley. Of course, they look to pull off a big upset against the number 16 ranked team.
Yeah, this game, the record may not reflect it, but it's pretty evenly matched across the board. Delta State comes in averaging just over 43 points per game, but they're facing a VSU defense that only gives up 26. In situations like this, something's got to give. What are your X factors for today?
Well, for first starting, my big X factor would be the secondary of Valdosta State. They come into this game with 13 interceptions on the season, and they lead the Go South Conference with that. But you have to look out for that Delta State offense and the high-powered Tyler Sullivan and Chris Robertson. They make plays, and they are very efficient. So this should be a big one to watch. And, of course, it can be a blowout. It could be a high-powered shootout. But, of course, we're watching, and we're waiting to see.
That's right. And kind of sticking with the 80s homecoming theme here at VSU, as Ferris Bueller once said, life moves pretty fast, and if you don't stop and look around once in a while, you might miss it. Well, this is definitely a game that you don't want to miss today. We'll be right back with kickoff between Delta State and Valdosta State here on VSU-TV.
Here, we are a community of 11,000 individual stories.
A place where all doors are open.
Your home away from home.
Where you will make lifelong connections.
And you will never feel invisible. Here, you will write it, research it, sing it,
broadcast it,
share it, serve it,
teach it,
nurture, and own it.
VSU, over 100 majors, championship athletics, and just far enough away from home. Find out what VSU can do for you.
And welcome back to Bazemore-Hyder Stadium. Again, I am Will DeLorenzo alongside my partner in crime, Kawon Cook. And Kawon, it's a big week this week for Valdosta State. You know, they're coming off a bit of a lull game against Mississippi College last week. And even more than that, like we talked at the top of the show, it's homecoming this week. And that brings with it its own challenges, but it also has some good things as well.
Yes, it does. And more of the challenges is, of course, with this homecoming week, there are a lot of outside distractions dealing with parties, outside friends and family coming in from out of town. But also there are good things of alumni comes in that used to play for their team, talk to the players about staying focused and staying determined about the key goal, and that's getting the W today.
You know, if you're Coach Todd Cooley for Delta State, you know, you're coming in, you're a 4-3 team, but you really could have probably gotten a few wins here or there if your defense had made a couple stops. What do you kind of tell your team to kind of get them up for this game?
Well, of course, he probably, to be honest, you could take it from a standpoint of telling your team, let's go. But by itself, with Valdosta State being ranked number 16, with them seeing that rank and Delta State being ranked, the team should be hyped by itself and ready to go out here and pull off a very, very big upset, I said early on in the show.
Delta State won the toss today, and they elected to receive the ball. So we're going to see their high-powered offense led by quarterback Tyler Sullivan. And what can you kind of tell the audience a little bit about Tyler?
Oh, Tyler is a great kid. He's a redshirt sophomore, and he's efficient. He doesn't turn the ball over much. He makes sure he puts his team in great predicaments to go down the field and score touchdowns. Usually when they're in the red zone, they do score. During the season, they've only missed, out of 38 attempts, probably only missed twice. So this team is very talented when they get down to the red zone, and they do punish you for letting them down there.
Well, as you see right here, Andrew Gray is getting set for kickoff here at homecoming. He's kicking it deep to number 6, Ladarian Patterson, or number 24, John Quavius McBride. As we see Gray get us started here at the early kickoff at Bazemore-Hyder Stadium. That's number 6, Ladarian Patterson. And he gets through the hole, and he gets it to about the 30-yard line as we prepare to see this high-powered Delta State offense come out.
Yes, that was a great return. taking it out from about the 2 to 3 yard line. As you can see here, he gets the return, he takes off. He gets a great set of blocks up front. Really, if one more block happens, he's out. There's nothing but green ahead of him.
He looked a little hobbled coming off there. We'll have to keep an eye on that as Delta State lines up in a 2 wide receiver set. Excuse me, it looks like they're coming out with a Wildcat offense. That's number 2, Chris Robinson, taking the snap. And he's looking for a hole, but there's nothing there. He's met by number 34. That's Justin Dixon for the Blazers defense. And that's a nice start for the Blazers here today.
Yes, it is. That was a great push by the Blazers defensive line. They made sure everybody stayed in their gaps. And, of course, once you stay in your gaps, you stop that big explosive running back from making plays.
Delta State's lining up quickly. Again, it's Robinson with the snap, and he's looking for a hole up the middle. He may have been able to get back 2 or 3 yards on that play, but we've seen the Delta State offense come out quickly with 2 Wildcat plays as we see Tyler Sullivan looks like he's getting in there for 3rd down.
Yeah, and I think they should have went with more of a pass, try to get the defense thrown off. But now you put yourself in a pass-only situation here on 3rd down.
And Sullivan's going to take the snap. He's looking across the middle. That was intended for number 2, Chris Robinson, but he wasn't able to get it. Although it looked like number 34, Justin Dixon for the Blazers, was able to get a hand on that ball.
And yes, he surely did well. And if he had his hand up and his head up, he'd probably be picking it and going to 6, how it looked there.
We'll see our first punt of the day. That's number 21, Cody Mills. He's doing double duty here for Delta State as their place kicker and their punter. He's going to take a low snap, and he's able to get it off a pretty low kick. And a nice avoid there by number 24, Kenny Moore, as the ball rolls out to about the 29-yard line, and that's where we will see the Blazers offense come out.
The long snapper for Delta State there has to get the ball up, put his punter in a bad situation there, but luckily the punter, he knew the situation and made sure he can handle it. Got the ball off quick as possible before it was a block punt.
As we see the Valdosta State offense head out here, it was listed that number 1, Adam Robles, was starting today. However, it looks like the Blazers have gone with number 15, Roland Rivers, and that's a pretty good decision. He's been hot lately.
Yes, he has.
As we see Rivers takes the snap, he's going to fake it to number 20, Germany, and he's going to complete a pass across the middle. That's number 11, Damian Strange, for a gain of about 13 yards, and that was a huge pickup on 1st down.
Yes, it was, and as you can possibly see, they line up in a shotgun formation. The slippery Damian Strange gets behind the coverage, sits off in the hole, gets the catch, and gets the 1st down.
The Blazers are going quickly today. They move to the trips pack as Rivers gives. That's number 20, Germany, and he's trying to look for a hole to the outside. And Jordan Germany, a huge gain of about 10 yards. And this Blazer offense is really running through this Delta State defense.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And this offensive line is doing a great job so far up front with left tackle Brandon Kemp. Once again, he's listed as a tight end and as a freshman, but he's doing a great job at left tackle today.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. It looks like he was just short. That's my fault on that one. It'll bring up a 2nd down and very short, probably a couple inches. As we see Rivers takes the snap, and he's going to fake it to Germany. A nice little shuffle pass across the field to number 4, Anthony Ingram.
Oh, that was a beautiful shuffle pass, Will. I like there's more of a run-pass option right there. Sold the fake as a run and then pulled it and dropped it off to the receiver who's sitting off in the coverage. It seems like Delta State is doing a lot of cover 2 to cover 3 right now. Not much man-to-man, which will probably work better right now.
Bring up 1st down as Rivers and his team is lined up. That's number 20, Germany, in motion to the outside. Rivers alone in the backfield. He's going to take the snap, and he's standing in the pocket. He's got a little bit of time, and Roland Rivers is going to take off, and he uses the ref a little bit there to get around. That looks to be number 49 for Delta State, Cole Baker, as we take a look here at the replay.
As you can see right here, he just steps forward in the pocket. It's great protection. Makes one miss. Of course, the referee sets a block, catches a couple more yards.
That brings up another 1st down for the Blazers as Rivers gives, that's number 20, Germany, to the outside, and Germany's got a huge hole, and he's able to bring it down to the 10-yard line. And Jordan Germany with the huge carry there.
That was a big carry. But because the only way that was set up because of that Valdosta State offensive line, as you can see here, the pulling guard, 63 comes in and make a great block, get the push off, and also the receiver does, and Germany does the rest.
Number 63, David May, listed as the backup center here today. That'll bring up a 1st and goal situation for the Blazers as Rivers sends number 87 in motion. And he's checking to the outside. It looks like he may see something, checking the play. It's a 4-wide receiver set for the Blazers as Rivers takes the snap, and he's looking left. And he's going to complete the pass to number 16, Dallas Baldner. And Dallas Baldner able to get in for the Blazers touchdown.
That was fast, very fast, Will. But as you can see here, they set it up like a screen to the outside, but it really wasn't. It was like a stop route. He catches the ball, makes 2 miss, and then jumps into the end zone. Great block by number 11, Damian Strange right there.
Dallas Baldner's having quite the season here for the Blazers as we see number 41, Gray, line up for the extra point. And he's able to kick that through. That gives it a 7-0 lead for the Blazers early here in this first quarter. Now, Kawon, that drive pretty much went exactly the way the Blazers wanted it to.
Yep, and exactly possibly how Kerwin Bell drew it up this week. They came down the field, let the ball through the air, let it rip, and the receivers made catches that they were supposed to make. And, of course, you put yourself in a predicament to score, and they handled business when they got down to the red zone.
Now, we take a look at this here today, and the Delta State defense has really been kind of the Achilles heel of this team. They're giving up way too many points this year, and you saw it right there on that drive. If they keep playing like that, it's not going to look good for them today.
Not at all, and I think it starts with that secondary. Of course, it starts with the pass rush. The pass rush has to find a way to get to Roland Rivers to kind of throw him off his game, but, of course, when they do that, the secondary must be in place and ready to make a play.
As we see Gray lining up for his second kickoff of the day. And back to receive is number 28, Justin MacArthur, replacing number 6, Ladarian Peterson. And number 24, of course, John Quavius McBride, as Gray is getting set to kick off. And Gray's going to send it deep. That looks like number 28, Justin MacArthur, taking it just from his own goal line. And he's looking for a seam, and he's able to get it out to about the 22-yard line for Delta State.
That was a great tackle, because if he didn't make the tackle, I really don't think a tackle was going to be made and he was going to be out. But as you can see here, he goes upfield, make sure he follows his blocks. They set great blocks right there. But that is a great tackle by Thomas, number 43, Thomas Wright.
So we see the Delta State offense come out for the second time today, coming with a trips package here to the bottom of your screen as Sullivan's taking a look at the defense. He's going to take the snap, and that is a give to number 2, Chris Robinson, and he is dropped in the backfield. That's number 7, Edgim Edituo.
That was a great play by the Valdosta State defensive line, crashing hard on the offensive line and making their presence known. But this is a very talented running back in number 2, Chris Robinson.
That brings up 2nd and 11 for Delta State. As Sullivan's going to take the snap, and he's looking right. That pass is going to be juggled but completed to number 2, Chris Robinson. And we've seen a healthy dose of Chris Robinson here today.
And it's a reason because of that. And he's leading the league in about everything. He's number 1 in Division II right now with 16 rushing touchdowns. And he gets at least 2 a game. In last game, he had 5 total rushing touchdowns against West Florida.
And as we see Robinson run off the field here on this 3rd down, looks like Sullivan will have to find somebody else this time. As Sullivan takes the snap, and he's dropping back, and he's got pressure, and the ball is stripped. And it's recovered by the Blazers defense. That was number 93, Jegedy. As we take a look here on the replay.
And that was a great strip on Tyler Sullivan right there. He makes sure he gets around that tackle and makes him pay for not making a great block there. Got to protect your quarterback.
And it looks that it was an incomplete pass. It looks like the quarterback's arm was moving forward on that. That brings up a 4th down as we see Mills come out to punt once again. Back to receive for the Blazers, number 26, Gary Simon. And a much better punt this time as Simon moves towards his own sideline. That ball will go out at just about the 36-yard line, 37-yard line for the Blazers.
And 2 possessions into the game, and this is not what I expected out of the Delta State offense. I expected a lot more, but we will see when they come back on the field if they can get it going.
Well, do you think some of that could just be the Blazers defense coming out and really playing well? You know, they're coming off a narrow victory last week at Mississippi College, a team that most people had them picked to blow out. And it turns out they only were able to win by 1 point on a blocked PAT, excuse me. As we see Roland Rivers and the Blazers offense come out for the 2nd time looking to continue. That's number 27, Cedric Hollingshed in motion as Rivers takes the snap, and he's looking deep. And he's going for number 16, Dallas Baldner, and that was a little bit underthrown and incomplete. That's number 27, Tyrell Brown on the coverage for Delta State.
And that was great protection up front. Roland Rivers has to make that throw, just lead him a little bit more, and that's right in Dallas Baldner's hand. And he's probably walking to the end zone or maybe probably a big gain.
Instead, that brings up 2nd down for the Blazers, again from their own 37-yard line, as Rivers takes the snap, and it's a little shuffle pass, and it's incomplete. That's an incomplete pass to number 27, Cedric Hollingshed. We saw this shuffle pass kind of be debuted against West Florida a couple weeks back, and it seems like the Blazers like it quite a bit, Kawon.
Yes, and they brought it back into the offense today, but Cedric Hollingshed looks like he had a little bit of butter on his gloves and couldn't hold on to the ball there.
That'll bring up 3rd down and long for the Blazers as Rivers stands back at his own 31-yard line ready to take the snap. Rivers is taking, and he's flushed from the pocket. Roland Rivers going to the outside, and he's looking across the middle. That pass was intended for number 4, Anthony Ingram, but it falls incomplete. And that'll bring up 4th down for the Blazers.
And yes, it does. They gave him much time as possible, even with the Delta State sending a blitz right there. The lineman picked it up as well as they could. He rolled out, thought he saw somebody open, just couldn't make the completion there.
We take our first look at Gavin Wilson, the punter for the Blazers here today, number 98, as he's getting ready to send the ball deep to what looks like number 28. That's Justin MacArthur for the Blazers. And Wilson sends a high booming punt. And it looked to have hit a Delta State player. And that's number 33, Goff Ivy, with the recovery. We will have to check what the officials say, but it looked to have hit a Delta State player, and if Valdosta State recovers, that's their ball.
Yeah, Will, and we're just waiting on the refs' decision on that, and it seems they're possibly going to give it to Delta State, but that did hit a Delta State player, and that should be Valdosta State's ball right now.
As we wait on the ref here, and he looks like he's about to give the call. And it is Delta State's football.
It was a bad call, though. Bad call.
Well, we get another look at this Delta State offense against this Blazers defense as we see Tyler Sullivan and his offense run out to about the 29-yard line. The best starting field position of the day for Delta State, and that's a give to number 2, Chris Robinson, and Robinson is running down the field. He's got number 24 and number 9, and that's number 24, Kenny Murphy, able to track down Robinson, but oh my goodness, what a huge gain by Robinson.
And Kenny Moore there with the save, because if he didn't save it, that was a touchdown. The line opened that play up very well. Everybody got a great block. Hey, me and you both could have ran through that hole together.
That was the first really big play here for Delta State and exactly what they need. And it puts them in a 1st and goal situation And the give is again to Robinson, and he is just straight through that Valdosta State line for the Delta State touchdown.
And here it goes. The Delta State offense has woken up. I figured they wouldn't be dead for long because this offense is a little bit too talented. Even though that defense is stocked, the offense is a little too talented not to put up a score today. And
but that's 2 plays just like that, and Chris Robinson has himself a touchdown already. As we see Mills line up for the extra point, and he's able to pound it through to bring it to 7-7 with 9:03 remaining in this first quarter.
And with that touchdown, that will be Robinson's 17th touchdown on the season.
And while we have a quick minute, interested in serving your Valdosta State University peers, want to make a change on campus, join the Student Government Association on Mondays at 7 p.m. in the Student Union, Meeting Room 1, to have your voice heard. You know, the first couple minutes of this game, it looked like Valdosta State was going to have its way with Delta State. But just like that, 2-run plays to Chris Robinson, and it's a tie game.
Yes, it is. And that offensive line probably got an earful on the sideline after 2 possessions of nothing, so they can come out and get something going for their running back.
This is our first look at the Valdosta State return team. Back to receive is number 30, Jure Dembe, and number 21, Kawon Patterson for the Blazers, as number 21, Cody Mills, gets set to kick off. He's just waiting on a ball here today. Now, if you're Coach Bell, what do you kind of tell your team to calm it down? You know, the offense comes out, looks pretty sluggish on that second drive, and your defense gives up 2 big plays to Delta State. What are you telling your team if you're Kerwin Bell?
Focus, focus. You have to focus. You're where you want to be. You can put this team where you want to put them, but you have to hold focus and determination to make a play.
And that kick's going to go out of bounds, which is going to be a flag on the play. It looked like they were trying to pin the Valdosta State the Valdosta State returner number 30, Jermaine Dembe, in that back quarter. We'll have to get the call from the ref to see where they want to place the ball. Well, this is a big third drive for the Valdosta State defense, for the Valdosta State offense. As we see, more than likely, Roland Rivers come back out. What do you think the game plan is going to be? Do you think they're going to go back to the pass, or maybe try to run it a little bit more?
I actually think they're going to put it on the ground once or twice this time to get the defense kind of shaken up and kind of guessing on the play call. But then, of course, we're going back to the reliable over-the-top pass.
As we see number 46, Taj Dennis, the fullback, check into the game. And that give is going to be to number 20, Jordan German, and he's going backside for a gain of about 2 or 3 yards there for Valdosta State. And you called it, Kawon. They went straight back to the run.
Yeah, and as you can see here, the guards and the tackle make solid downhill blocks, and it gets them up to like a 2 or 3 yard game. That was a great run.
That'll bring out second down and about 7 or 8 for the Blazers, as Rivers stands back ready to take the snap. And it looks like he's changing the play here at the line of scrimmage. That's number 46, Taj Dennis, in motion. As Rivers gets ready and he's taking the snap, and he's looking right side for number 80, Joe Fortson, and that draws a flag.
And I'm not shocked there at all, Will. They were pushing a lot at the first 5 yards, which you are allowed to put hands on the receiver. But once they got downfield, the defensive back continued to grab host of Joe Fortson there. Excuse me. Yep.
As we wait for the call, and it's pass interference. That's DeCorey McGee, and a huge penalty there, moving the Blazers up 15 yards into Delta State territory.
That's going to hurt there. But you'd rather give up that than a big play.
It's first down here for the Blazers on Delta State's 47-yard line. As Rivers takes the snap, and that give is to number 20, Germany. And Germany gets through the hole for a gain of about 4 or 5 on that play. A nice little gain there on first down.
Once again, you can see here, he hits the hole hard, like the 1 or 2 gap, gets as many yards as possible, falls back, takes the 3-yard gain.
Brings up second down and about 7 or 8, He may have gotten 2 or 3 on that last carry. As Rivers stands back at his at about the 50-yard line, ready to take the snap. That's number 46, Taj Dennis, in motion. And he's going to fake it to Germany and roll right. And Rivers is stepping up, and he's looking deep for number 11. And he just overshot him. And there's another flag on the field.
Ooh, that was a close one. That was a close one, Will. Oh, waiting on the ref to give us our call.
But it looked like Damian Strange had a step on his defender there. And Rivers just put it just a little too far. We'll have to check the flag. And it's a holding call against the defense.
Well,
it's an automatic first down again for the Blazers. And that's 2 huge penalties on the defensive backs here for Delta State.
And that's one problem that they've probably been addressing all week, because all season long they have struggled with penalties, and they continue to get them here.
And it's a trip set for Roland Rivers down to the bottom of the screen. And the give is to number 20, Jordan Germany. And Germany's going towards the outside. And he's stacked up and stopped for a minimal gain if he got one on that play. That would be about it.
Yeah, you can see here the kind of looked like they were committed. You can see 43 extends his arm, make sure he can see what's going on in the backfield, push him outside and push him where everybody can flow and make the tackle.
That'll bring up 2nd down and about 10 for Valdosta State. Again, they're going with the trips package down at the bottom of the field. As Rivers looks, and he's going to take the snap, and he is looking deep. And that pass is going to be complete to number 3, Zay Howard, and he's got some space. Zay Howard's going to the outside, and he looked to try to pick up a block for number 16, Dallas Baldner, but that gets him to a 1st and goal at just about the 5-yard line. And what a huge play there from Zay Howard.
What a great catch, and you can see here, sets up his feet, makes a great throw, but a great catch by Zay Howard as he goes up and gets it and then gets more yards after the play. It's all about the yards after the catch there. It's all about it.
It's the 2nd time for the red zone here for the Blazers, and this drive is going a whole lot better than their last one.
Yes, it is, and they needed this, and I'm pretty sure Kerwin Bell is on the sideline smiling pretty bright, but of course they want the touchdown.
We see the trips package, and Rivers is going to fake to number 20, German, and he dives up into the end zone for the Valdosta State touchdown.
Roland Rivers right there made a play, make one miss like it was nothing. As you see there, well seen Jordan Germany makes a miss. Makes a great lead block, actually.
We'll have to check the flag here. The flag came in a little bit later. We'll have to see what it is from the ref. But it looks like the touchdown will stand as we see Andrew Gray out on the field for the Blazers to add in that extra point.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct foul, number 15 on the offense. That penalty will be administered on the succeeding kickoff.
That's
number 15's first unsportsmanlike conduct.
That's Roland Rivers there on the unsportsmanlike conduct, and as we saw from our coverage, it looked like he did a little bit of a Cam Newton Superman there, and the refs were not having any of that.
Oh.
As we see Gray line up, and he's able to kick it through the uprights to give the Blazers the lead at 14-7 with 6:29 remaining in the first quarter.
Roland Rivers now is probably going to have to relax, and I'm pretty sure Kerwin Bell is in his ear about that, because one more unsportsmanlike conduct and he'll be out for the game, Will.
That's very true. It's looking like there may be a little bit of a shootout coming here today, as we already have 21 points and we're not even through the first quarter here.
Yeah, that's not shocking me at all, because these are 2 powerful offenses and they're both getting it going right now. But we will see if Delta State can match it, because to beat a team like this, you have to match their greatness.
And it looks like number 6, Ladarian Peterson, is ready to get back out there. And while we have a moment, VSU-TV presents Saturday Fright Special every Saturday at 9 p.m. and midnight. Join host Scarewolf as he leads you through classic monster movies on Saturday Fright Special. Grab your friends together and grab some popcorn before the popcorn grabs you. That last series was a little frightening for the Delta State defense. We'll have to see if their offense can pick them back up. And due to the penalty, the Blazers will be kicking off from their own 20-yard line. And that's just a bit of a bonehead mistake there by Roland Rivers.
And now you hope it doesn't affect your team, because this kick can be kicked short and not make it past the 50. But we were waiting to see.
As we see Gray line up, getting ready to kick it deep. And he kicks it off, and that's going to be number 6, Ladarian Peterson, back to receive. And Peterson's going to be able to avoid one tackle there and bring the ball out to about the 38-yard line, which is great starting field position for this Delta State offense.
And as you can see here, he goes upfield, hits it hard. Look for blocks there, but Valdosta State's return team fills the lanes well right there. And, of course, if you don't do that, that's a touchdown, but they did a great job of doing that.
As we see the Delta State offense return to the field, what are you looking for here for Delta State?
I'm looking for try to once again establish their run game that they just established. So should see if this line gets off the ball the same way.
No Chris Robinson here on this opening play. That's Cam Myers. As Sullivan takes the snap and gets the ball out to the outside. Pass complete for about 5 or 6 yards. That's number 9, Kayshawn Evans, on the reception for Delta State.
Yeah, and those were great blocks by the Delta State statesmen receivers. As you can see here, he splits it out to number 9. He gets upfield and gets more right there. But that was a great open field tackle by number 14, Brandon Rowe right there.
Going quick here as Sullivan takes the snap and he's pump faking, and he's got a screen set up again to the outside. That's number 1, Cam Myers, and Myers down the sideline. He's got one man to beat, and that's number 28, Raymond Palmer, to save the touchdown for Valdosta State. But again, a huge chunk of yardage there by number 1, Cam Miles.
And yes, it is. And these are one of their bread and butter plays here. They like to get the linemen out in open field and their skilled running backs and get them upfield with the screen, with a nice running back screen there.
Seems like both running backs are killing Valdosta State's defense. As Sullivan takes the snap and Myers is hit in the backfield. I believe that's number 33, Goff Ivy, able to meet Myers in the backfield.
And as you can see here, he shoots the gap and makes sure he makes a solid open field tackle right there to keep them out of the end zone.
As Delta State has some substitutions, that brings up 2nd down and goal for the Statesmen from about their own from the Valdosta State 5-yard line. As Sullivan sends a man in motion, and he waits on the snap, and he's going to take a snap. It's a fake, and he's under quick pressure, and that ball was nearly intercepted by number 9, Larry Murphy.
And that was a great play by Larry Murphy there, because he was actually guarding another receiver, but he turned his head quick enough to make a play on the ball, and that was a great play by him.
There were actually 2 Blazers in that vicinity, number 28, Raymond Palmer, as well. And maybe if number 9, Larry Murphy, doesn't get it up there, you don't know. Maybe that could have been a turnover.
Big 3rd down here, Will.
Big 3rd down as we see Chris Robinson check back in the game for the Statesmen. As Sullivan surveys the defense. And he's taking the snap and he's looking right. And he's standing in the pocket, quick pressure. And that pass is incomplete. That was number 44 for the Blazers. Selwyn Carroll with the pressure. And able to knock that ball, able to force that high throw from number 18, Sullivan.
And it seems like they sent a nice little blitz there, man-to-man coverage on the outside, make your receivers make a play on my defensive back, as the defense coordinator did, and that was a great job and great play call.
And that brings out number 21, Cody Mills, for this field goal. And it is blocked and recovered by number 1, that's Donatello Brown. Donatello Brown has open space in front of him, and that's going to be a Valdosta State touchdown. What a turn of events here today. Donatello Brown, touchdown, Valdosta State.
And it's crazy because I got the opportunity to talk to Donatello earlier this week, and he did tell me I'm going to make a play. And he said it like that, and I didn't know it was going to be in this form or fashion, but as you can see on the site, he gets the block, takes it back all the way. And as we got a second right here, I would like to say the Valdosta Donor Center doors are always open for blood donations that could save a life. In partnership with the Red American Red Cross, the VDC takes appointments 5 days a week for blood and platelet donations. For more information on the center's hours and appointment availability, please contact the VDC at 229-241-1141.
As we see Andrew Gray kick in that extra point. And man, oh man, the Valdosta State special teams coming through again. As we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, that 1-point win last week at Mississippi College was because the Blazers special teams blocked the extra point for Mississippi College.
Yeah, and the special teams group has to work on that. I'm pretty sure the coaches have worked on that all week long, but you got it when it's game time. You got to make the plays. And once again, that saving tackle down at the 5 or 6 yard line is key, because without that saving tackle, that's a touchdown. It's 14-14, but instead, with a key block on special teams, it's 21-7, and the Blazers up 2 touchdowns.
A heck of a turn of events here. Now, to take a step back and maybe look at it from the statesman's perspective, what do you think Coach Cooley is saying to his team down there?
Relax. This happens. If you play a good ball club like this, they make plays and they turn events, but if you want to beat them, you have to find a way to counter a punch like that. So here's the time when they need to bring their best counter punch and swing as hard as possible, because if you can't land it, you have a possibility of Valdosta State and that crowd getting wild.
It is a pretty large crowd here. Looks to be the biggest home crowd so far this season. Of course, it being homecoming, that's no surprise at all, as we see Gray getting lined up to kick the ball deep for the 4th time here in this first quarter. And Gray's going to send the ball deep. Again, that's number 6. Ladarian Peterson able to find a little bit of a hole, and Peterson's going to the outside, and he's able to get it just shy of the 50-yard line. And man,
that was Andrew Gray on the knockout right there. Flying downhill, I see.
Kickers are players too, it seems like. But what a huge return there as we take a look.
As you can see here.
Oh. Sorry about that. Looks to have a little bit of a technical difficulty. But that was a huge return on special teams, and what do you think? That's something that Delta State really needed.
Yes, they did, to get them just the best starting position of the day, and possibly a better opportunity to get down this field.
As we see Chris Robinson in the backfield behind Sullivan. And the give is going to be to number 2, Robinson, and he is met by a host of Blazers at around the line of scrimmage for no gain.
And that was a great play by that defensive line. Once again, they have made a statement all game long so far. They're making their names be heard, firing off the ball and making the offensive line try to make a block on these boys, but they're struggling to make blocks.
Brings up 2nd down and 9 for Delta State, as Sullivan takes the snap, and the give is again to number 2, Robinson, and he's met in the backfield by a couple different Blazers, and it looked like number 14, Brandon Rowe, coming off the edge there, was able to get the first hands on him.
And also number 55, Jeremy Strokes. These boys are flying around right now. This defense is looking pretty elite, I must say. So we're looking for a long 3rd down. I doubt they want to be in this situation, but here we go.
It's 3rd down as Sullivan takes the snap, and he's surveying the team, and he throws it, and it's just way too high for number 2, Chris Robinson, but he had some space, and I'm sure Sullivan wants that throw back.
And yes, he does. And as a rapper I listen to named Future says, that was a little bit too much sauce on that pass. He has to line that up and make that throw to Chris Robinson, because if he makes that throw, that's a 1st down through that coverage, because the safety looks like he was down tying his shoes but had slipped on the field.
Well, instead, that brings up number 21, Cody Mills. And we've seen Cody Mills quite a bit today, and he's going to kick it deep to number 26, Gary Simon, for the Blazers, and a high booming kick. And Simon's going to call for the fair catch at just about his own 15-yard line.
That was a great fair catch, because they were coming.
With 3:28 left in this first quarter, it's 21-7, Valdosta State. And how important do you think it is for the Statesman defense to get a stop here?
Oh, this is a big drive for them. Confidence-wise, you must make this stop to get your confidence going, because if they don't, this crowd will be highly into the game, and this offense will be on 100 as you talk, if you want to talk about their confidence at the time.
And it looks like we have a timeout on the field. I'm trying to see. It looks like there's a problem on the Delta State sideline. I can't really see what's going on down there. But while we have a quick minute, on Thursday, October 27th, Valdosta State will be hosting its Fall Career Expo in the Magnolia and Cypress Rooms in the University Center. The expo will run from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and is for students interested in employment opportunities. A list of participating organizations will be available at valdosta.edu/careers. As we see Rivers take the snap, and that give is to the running back. I believe that was number 20, Jordan Germany, on the carry. Excuse me, it was number 27, Cedric Hollingshed. And Hollingshed's been quite the powerhouse here for Valdosta State these last few weeks.
Yes, he has. Once again, last week being named Freshman of the Week. He's continued to make big plays, and we're looking for him to do the same this week.
As we see Rivers take the snap, and the give is to number 27, Hollingshed, and he's looking to try to get to the outside, and he's about just shy of the first down, but that looks to be a gain of about 8 or 9 on the play.
Yeah, and as you can see here, Hollingshed, once again using his 6-foot frame, gets upfield with number 63 and number 16, Dallas Gardner, holding a great block. Gets a great run on the play, and just short now.
That brings up 3rd down and short for the Blazers with 4 wide receivers out there and Hollingshed in the backfield next to Rivers. As he looks, he's going to take the snap, and he's rolling right. And that pass is going to be complete to numbers 27, Hollingshed, for the first down and a little bit more. And that was a great play call there by head coach Kerwin Bell.
Yes, it was. They got the defensive flowing the wrong way with this 4-2-5 defense. One man looked up, and his man was in the flats wide open. So Rolling River dumps it off to him, and that's a great pickup.
It looks to be a flag on the play, but from all indications, it looks like it will be on Delta State. The ref said on the offense there, but of course, roughing the passer is going to be on the defense. And that's going to add another 15 yards on top of the end of the run. And that was another big penalty for Delta State.
And once again, these penalties are coming to stab the Delta State Statesmen in the back. And they've had these problems all season.
It's a 4 wide receiver set here for Valdosta State. That's number 87 in motion. They give it to number 27, Hollingshed, and he is met in the backfield. That's number 44, Landry Tulo, in the backfield for Delta State.
That was not so great blocks by the offensive line, but number 44 reads the play and flies in there to hit the big 6-foot Cedric Hollingshed.
May have been a little miscommunication there. Looked like the snap was a little bit lower than Roland Rivers had anticipated. That being said, it brings up 2nd down and about 15 for the Blazers. Rivers is surveying the defense here, maybe changing the play as you see the trips down to the bottom of your screen. Rivers is going to take the snap, and he's standing up in the pocket, and he's flushed to the right. Rivers is looking, and he's going to throw across the field, and that ball comes up just short for number 10, Steven Denmark.
And he, Roland really just surveyed the field that time. He rolled around in the pocket, tried to buy as much time as possible to make a big play, but really no routes open and couldn't make the big throw right there. So this will be a 3rd and very long for this Valdosta State offense, as you can see.
3rd and 14 here for the Blazers. And it'll be a huge stop for Delta State if they were able to get off the field here.
And these are the situations your defense looks for. 3rd and long, where you can let these pass rushers go at the quarterback and throw them off, hopefully.
As Rivers takes the snap, and he's going to fake it to number 27, Hollingshed, and he's standing deep in the pocket, and that pass is going to be complete. That's number 11, Damian Strange, for a looks. They needed 14, and then looks like they got 15.
They did with, once again, Mr. Slippery, Damian Strange. He finds a way to get past his one-man coverage, and it seemed like they actually had 2 men on him at the time, but he held on to the catch even after getting hit at the same time. So that's a great job by him and Roland Rivers making a great throw.
That resets the markers for a 1st down at the 39-yard line for the Blazers. Rivers is going to fake to number 27, Hollingshed, and Rivers is to the outside, and he puts a move on number 44, Tulo, but he's able to bring him down for a gain of about 5 yards.
Yeah, and that was a great pump fake by Roland Rivers to get his to get the engaged tackler to try to miss. As you can see here, he rolls out to the right, tries to get it to a receiver not open, so he uses his feet to get more yards. Almost picked up more than that, but got tripped up by number 44.
That brings up 2nd and 4 for the Blazers on the Delta State 33-yard line, excuse me, as Rivers fakes the snap, and the ball is on the ground, and it looks like Delta State may have recovered.
Oh, that is a bad play for the quarterback there. Seems like he a little miscommunication between him and the running back. Kind of bobbled the snap a little bit and during the read option, as you can see here on the play. Ball hits the ground. Nobody but white shirts around it, and they made sure they made that turnover right there. And this could be a key point right here for Delta State offense to get back into this game.
And that sets up the Delta State Statesmen at their own 38-yard line as Tyler Sullivan and Chris Robinson stand in the backfield. And the give is to number 2, Robinson. And he's stacked up at just about the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of about 1 or 2.
Yeah, and
there.
You can see from here, just got to find a way to make the play. If he doesn't actually spin and actually hits the hole as hard as he can, that's probably more yards than this 2 right there. He tries to make a fancy play throughout the hole. Probably could have picked up more.
Well, that brings us to the end of the first quarter with your score: Valdosta State 21 and Delta State 7. It's been an exciting game, and make sure to stick with us here at VSU-TV. We'll be right back.
I love learning.
I believe in service. I am full of passion.
I embody sportsmanship.
I trust in my resourcefulness.
I like balance.
That's why
I chose
Division II.
And welcome back on VSU-TV. Will DeLorenzo alongside Kawon Cook. And Kawon, that was an exciting first quarter there.
Yes, it was.
As we see Delta State line up for 2nd and about 9. As Sullivan's going to pump fake, and he's looking to go deep. And that pass is nearly intercepted by number 30. That is Jure Dembe. And Dembe looked to be a little hesitant on that play, but he could have had the pick.
Yeah, and as you see here, they faked the wide receiver screen and let somebody slip for looked like a go route coming off. But number 30 had an opportunity to make a big play for the team and get a turnover right there, and didn't capitalize on the moment. Has to.
Even with that, that brings up 3rd down for Delta State from their own 39-yard line. As Sullivan takes the snap, and he's got some pressure around his legs, and he's brought down. That's number 5, Dante Robinson, with a sack.
With the ankle-biting tackle. That was a great tackle by Dante Robinson. As you see here, he fights through the hole. It looks like he gets clearly blocked. He hits the ground, but he keeps moving, even though he is on the ground. Makes a great sack right there on Tyler Sullivan.
Now bring out our first punt here in this second quarter, as Cody Mills lines up on 4th and 18 to send it deep to number 26, Gary Simon for the Blazers. It's a good snap and the booming punt. Let's get down there. Number 6, Simon, able to make a move and move his way to the outside, and that's number 26, Gary Simon, down the sideline, and he's able to make a move, and Gary Simon, he's able to get around. Oh my goodness, Gary Simon all the way back for the Valdosta State touchdown, but you have to check it because there is a flag. We'll have to see.
And I do think that flag, and I think that run, that beautiful run, is coming back, even though that is the first return day for Valdosta State, for a holding call. And it happened right over on the sideline. Saw jerseys kind of moving around, but we're waiting on the ref to get the decision, of course.
Some fantastic blocking there from Valdosta State, and some nice fancy footwork for number 27, for numbers 26, Simon, as we wait on the referee's call here.
Block in the back, number 94 on the receiving team. 10 yards from the spot of foul.
So instead of a touchdown for Valdosta State, it's a block in the back penalty, which sends the Blazers back, looks to right at midfield.
And I'm pretty sure Kerwin Bell there is going and giving the ref all he can have because, of course, he probably didn't see the block in the back, but I could see it clear as day from where I was at. It was pretty bad, but hey, you got to square up and make the better block next time.
Either way, that's great starting field position for this Blazers offense that is really rolling behind quarterback Roland Rivers.
Yes, it is. And these receivers are doing a great job of finding space and also make sure they hold on to the ball when they get the opportunity.
It's number 46, Dennis, in motion, and there were false starts all over the place on that play. That's back-to-back penalties for the Blazers, who didn't receive one in the first quarter. It's been a little sloppy for the Blazers offense. Of course, their last play before this one was the fumble that Roland Rivers just dropped at the end of that first quarter. And that play backs them up at 1st and 15 from their own 45-yard line. As Rivers takes the snap and fakes to number 27, Hollingshed. Rivers has got pressure on his back, and he is sacked. That's number 49, Cole Baker, with the sack for Delta State.
Here, Cole Baker flies off Brandon Kemp, the left tackle. Hey, and comes back and make a great sack on Roland Rivers. Roland Rivers, I guess he didn't see him coming or feel his presence right there.
Brings up 2nd down and way long for this Valdosta State offense. And Coach Bell cannot be happy with these first 2 plays of the second quarter for his offense.
But not at all. He's looking to get a rhythm going for this offense, and they're doing the opposite right now, not executing.
And Rivers stands alone in the backfield with a 5 wide receiver set, and it looks like they were setting up some screens, and that play was perfectly sniffed out by the Delta State defense. That's number 52, Chandler Hector, with a huge play for Delta State. That brings up 3rd and about a mile for this Blazers offense.
Right here, they faked the screen to the right and then get it back to the left, but it was man coverage. Stayed on your man, make a great tackle right there. And now it's 3rd and forever for Valdosta State.
What kind of play did you draw up for 3rd and 23?
Go as long as you can possibly can for every receiver except the middle and sit at the 1st down marker. Oh.
And it's a bit of a low snap, and Rivers is sacked once again in the backfield. That's number 15, Aaron Brown, with the sack. And then that series just was not good for Valdosta State.
Not at all. And you can see here, Aaron Brown flies through. He makes a grab on Cedric Hollingshead because he thought he saw the pitch coming. But that was a smart decision, as you can see, by Roland Rivers, not to try to get the toss to Hollingshead because it could possibly been fumbled any type of way. But here comes the punt.
And that's number 28, Justin MacArthur, deep for Delta State as we get a low snap. And that ball is bobbled. And that's number 43, Thomas Wright, and the receiver called for a fair catch, and Wright did not give him the space that he deserved. And Wright is having some words with the official. He better watch himself.
Gotta watch himself. These refs are in control of the game. Let them control the game and ref it how they would. But you have to have a heads on the swivel of kind of what's going on in the field there for Thomas Wright. Even though the ball was bobbled, maybe giving the man a little bit more space because he did fair catch the ball. Would have been better in that situation.
We'll wait on the call from the head referee. That's a 15-yard penalty for the Blazers, and this second quarter has been riddled with penalties for the Blazers as we see the low snap picked up very well.
As you can see here, he did fair catch it, but got to give him more space.
And Sullivan takes the snap, and he's going to throw it to the outside. Oh, and Justin Dixon had his player in the backfield. That's number 20 on the reception. Chris Cooley, the wide receiver, and Dixon almost had him in the backfield, but we'll have to check this flag.
And it seemed like a holding on that play, maybe on the receivers. Going downfield, have to make a better block between when opportunity is given, of course.
we've had about maybe 10 plays, and about 8 of them have had penalties here in this second quarter.
Yes, these two teams have to find a way to settle down in some type of way, find a way to just take a deep breath and make the right plays instead of getting all these penalties. A lot of laundry on the field right now.
Brings out first down and about 11 for Delta State. Excuse me, first down and about 12 for Tyler Sullivan and the Statesman offense. As Sullivan takes the snap and he's pumping right, and he's going to turn around and screen it to number 2, Robinson, and Robinson's down the sideline for another time. And he puts a move on number 24, and basically the entire Blazers defense, and gets it down to about the 9-yard line. Another huge play for Delta State.
And as you keep seeing this screen, this running back screen keeps happening to this Valdosta State offense. You can see there he fakes and sets up a block, comes off, catches the ball, gets free space, number 77 working downfield. He could have sped up and made another block there, probably been in the end zone, but he didn't. He still makes a great play there, and Chris Robertson.
Brings up first and goal for the Delta State offense. And it looks like we have a quarterback change as we see the give is to number 2, Robinson, and that's his second touchdown of the day. Touchdown, Statesman. A huge play there as we take a look at this replay, Kawon.
Yeah, and that was a great push up front by the Delta Statesman front. They made sure they opened holes for Chris Robinson, and he gets his 18th touchdown of the season right there.
And on that play, number 16, Jay Burgess checked in for number 18, Tyler Sullivan, a quarterback. We'll have to keep an eye on that as we see number 21, Mills, just barely get it through the uprights there. But it is, in fact, good to cut the Valdosta State lead to 21-14 with 11:04 left in this first half. And while we got a little bit of time, as you see a little bit of the yellow there in the stands, you want to catch up with the nation's winningest high school football team every Thursday night at 8 on Wildcat Tradition. Coach Alan Rodemaker and host Monty Long bring you last week's highlights and keys to the upcoming action under the Friday Night Lights. Wildcat Tradition brought to you in part by VSU-TV, cable channel number 16. Now, Kawon, Delta State really able to get back in there after following the penalty by Wright on that punt. We got ourselves back into a 7-point game.
Yeah, and it was using, of course, like I said earlier, that bread and butter screenplay. Valdosta State defense has to keep an eye out for that screenplay because it's very powerful. They've used it like 3 or 4 times throughout this game so far, and every time they've used it, they've struck big and with big gains and almost touchdowns every time.
When you go back to that play, it looks like number 55, Jeffrey Stokes, almost had an opportunity to get it, but he was just not able to bring down Chris Robinson, excuse me.
Yeah, and in that situation, just has to make that play because that's a big gain, and it puts them right in position to make a score, and they capitalize. Like I said, once they get down there, they capitalize, so it's not many times that they go down there and end up with an empty trip.
As we just caught a look there at number 30 for the Blazers, getting ready to receive this kick. That is number 30, Jermaine Dembe, and he's able to try to put a move there on the Delta State Statesman defense and gets him to about the 25-yard line. But right before that play, as we see a little pushing and shoving going on at the bottom of this pile, Dembe had his hand in front of his face as we take a look at the replay here.
Yeah, he takes off, tries to make 1-2 move, but there's more white shirts than it is red, the silver block. So he does get tackled, and that puts him at the 27, 28-yard line right now.
He did have, going back to what I was saying, he had his hand up in the face with the sun kind of beating down. This is the first afternoon game here at Bazemore-Hyder Stadium, so it's going to be something to look out for both teams as Rivers takes the snap on first down, and he's flushed from the pocket, and he's able to pick up about 3 or 4 yards there on first down.
Yeah, and that was a great pickup by Roland Rivers. Nothing was there as possibly as you see here. It was a pass play. All linemen set up for pass blocking. Nothing was there, of course, so he just got out and got as many yards as he can right there.
Bring up second down and about 7 or 8 for the Blazers, as Rivers lines up with Hollingshed in the backfield. He takes the snap, and that's a give to number 27, Cedric Hollingshed. And it looked like they almost muffed that handoff there. A little bit of a problem with the quarterback-center exchange for the Blazers here today. Excuse me, the quarterback to running back exchange there.
Yeah, as you can see there, I think Roller Rivers kind of extended a little bit too much. But it's okay because Hollingshed holds onto the ball and picks up another 2 to 3 yards. But it puts them in a situation where it's 3rd and 6 now.
Brings up 3rd and 6 for the Blazers on their own 32-yard line as Rivers stands back there with a 4 wide receiver set. And there's a timeout by Delta State. As we see a little pushing and shoving. Excuse me, there's a flag on the play.
The snap. We have a timeout. Delta State as their first charge timeout of the half.
No flag. Excuse me, no flag there. But there were some pushing and shoving going on a little bit after that play. As we see the referee here. Kawon, what do you have called for this 3rd down play?
Give me 1 second, Will. As we have here, is interested in serving your Valdosta State University peers. Want to make a change on campus? Join the Student Government Association on Mondays at 7 p.m. in the Student Union in Meeting Room 1 to have your voice heard.
Let's hear your voice on what do you think has what do you think Coach Kerwin Bell has called up for this 3rd down play?
Possibly a screen. Won't be shocked. I've seen him a lot tonight. But then again, Dallas Baldner has done a great job of freeing up in the middle of the field. So could be a couple of slants or maybe even a post down the middle. But we're waiting to see because this offensive line has done a great job mostly up front with blocks, with pass blocking.
As we come out of this timeout, it is 3rd down for the Blazers. 3rd down and about 6 from their own 32-yard line as Rivers checks and surveys the defense. He's got 3 receivers to the top and 1 being Zay Howard down here at the bottom of the screen as Rivers looks to try to change the play. Rivers is going to take the snap as he steps up into the pocket, and he's got some open field. And he is able to get the 1st down to about the 46-yard line. However, there is a flag in the secondary.
Yes, it is, but that was a great pickup by Roland Rivers if it does get an opportunity to stand there.
We'll have to check the call, but this 2nd quarter has been riddled with flags.
Yes, it has. These 2 teams are playing physical, so with people flying around and emotions flying high, you never know what could happen. It seems like right now they're not playing within the rules.
It's a holding call against Delta State there, and of course the Blazers are gonna decline that because they got more with the run by Rivers.
And once again, that was a great run by Rivers. Man-to-man defense right there. Rivers exploits it because everybody's on their man. He takes off, and the offensive line, great blocks.
It brings up 1st down for the Blazers, and the give is to number 27. That's the true freshman, Cedric Hollingshed, as he's able to look like he got back to the line of scrimmage there. That's number 44, Laundry Tulo, on the tackle.
Yeah, that was a great it was a run setup for Hollingshed, as you can see there. Blocks downfield set by number 10. Kind of dragged the run out a little bit. Could have just cut upfield, got 2 or 3 yards or whatever he could get, but tried to move his feet a little bit too much there.
Gives it 2nd and about 9 for Valdosta State. As we see Rivers line up and take the snap, and he's flushed from the pocket. Rivers trying to get to the outside, and he puts a move, and he is hit out of bounds, but it doesn't look like there's going to be a flag on that play.
Yeah, and that was pretty close there. I'm kind of shocked they didn't give him one. But as you can see here, he surveyed the field. Nothing was there. He gets around number 54 and really could have threw the ball away right there to make sure nothing was going on there. But gets out of bounds, get hit out of bounds actually. And, of course, no flag was called there.
That brings up 3rd down and long for the Blazers on their own 46-yard line. They have 4 wide receivers set for Rivers, with Hollingshed accompanying him in the backfield. Rivers surveys the defense as he takes the snap. and he steps, and he's flushed from the pocket one more time, and he's looking, and he puts a move on somebody, but he is unable to get the first down with a gain of about 7 yards on that play.
And you can see here Rolling River sets up and great blocks once again, but nobody frees up in the throughout the receivers. So Rolling River does what he usually do and just take off and get as many yards as possible.
As we have a little bit of a break in the action and a flag on the play, we'll have to check the flag to see which team will be coming back out. It's a holding call on Valdosta State, and they decline that because that brings up a 4th down and a punting situation for Valdosta State.
And receiver Marine, number 87 on the hold call there. A little smaller, 5'10", than the usual 6-foot receiver. So I guess when the defensive back had pursuit in a different angle, caused the hold right there.
Brings out number 98, Gavin Wilson, on the punt, and he's kicking it deep to number 28, Justin MacArthur, for Delta State. And it's a bit of a bad punt off the side of Wilson's foot, and it's going out of bounds at just about the 34-yard line, or 33-yard line. And that's decent starting field position for this Delta State offense that is coming off a touchdown.
And here we go again. And as you can see here, they're in striking distance. This defense made a big stop for their offense. Now it's time to see if they can capitalize.
The punt rolls out of bounds at the 34-yard line.
And while that punt looked a little odd, while we have some time, have an interest in the paranormal, want a show that is offbeat and not stuffy, then VSU-TV has a program for you. 30-odd minutes airing Saturday nights at 11 following Saturday Fright Special. If the truth is out there, 30-odd minutes will find it, but only by sheer accident. As we see a first down play, that's number 16, Jabe Burgess, in at quarterback.
Yeah.
And his throw is incomplete there.
Yeah, he gets it out fast to the receiver, but number 6, that Ladarian Peterson has to make that catch right there.
We see number 18, Tyler Sullivan, on the sidelines, but it looks like Coach Cooley is going with number 16, Burgess, here on this drive. As he takes the snap and he's looking deep, he's got a pass complete to that number 20, Chris Cooley, inside Valdosta State territory, and a first down for Delta State.
And I think that's the reason he went with Jake right there. As you can see here, it gets great protection up front. He makes the fake, and then he throws it right there, puts it on the money. The defensive back has to stay with his receiver right there to make a play.
Burgess is a transfer out of the University of Tulsa. The 6'2 quarterback stands just past midfield, getting ready to take the snap, and it's a high snap, and Burgess is able to recover it, and he's looking to try to get to the outside, and he slides down for a huge loss.
Burgess was running for his life right there, Will. And if he was smart, he could have just let the ball fly out of bounds to make an incomplete pass, but it was a bad snap. Well, more of a great snap, but a bad handle by number 16, Jay Burgess.
Well, when you have defensive ends, Selwyn Carroll bearing down on you, I'm sure you're not thinking too clearly all the time.
That is true. That's a big fella there.
That brings up second down and very, very long for the Statesmen. And Burgess is going to take the snap, and he's firing across the middle, and that gets it just past the original line of scrimmage for a third down. That pass was complete to what looks like number 6, Ladarian Peterson. I'm sorry.
As you can see here, the great protection up front. He finds the hole in the defense and makes a great throw and a great catch right there for the receiver.
As we see number 2, Chris Robinson, check in on this third down play. How important is it to get a stop here for the Valdosta State defense?
Extremely important. This is a momentum stop right here. If they get it, the momentum swings back their way. If they don't, it's all bad.
Burgess is taking the snap, and he's lifting it across the middle of the field, and what a catch, number 2, Chris Robinson, able to make it out of bounds. That's number 24, Kenny Moore, on the tackle for the Blazers, but what a catch and what a throw there from the Statesmen's players.
Yeah, you can see here a lot of number 44 and number 34 get a hand on number 2, but can't hold on to him, as you can see, because that would have been a holding call. They dropped him off to him, and he makes a play downfield. And as you can see, that's a strong man with a strong stiff arm.
Brings up 1st and 10, and the give is to number 1. That's Cam Myers, and Myers able to get just shy of the 1st down marker.
And that was a great run by Cam Myers there, seeing the field. The hole closed up the middle. It seemed like a dive, but he makes a great juke down to the left and gets upfield for about a 6 to 7 yard gain there.
As we see Myers again, a healthy dose, and he's met at the line of scrimmage by a host of Blazers, including number 34, Justin Dixon, and number 7, Edgin Edituo.
This Delta State coaching staff is going haywire on the sideline because Valdosta State could not get a man off the field in time. I guess they didn't see the flag being thrown into the end zone, but they did have too many men on at the time. They were switching, trying to get a substitution. Could have just waited one more play, maybe, so they could have prevented the penalty.
That 5-yard penalty results in a 1st down and gives the Statesmen 1st and goal from about the 10-yard line.
And this would be a big red zone stop for Valdosta State. They can get it done here.
As we see Burgess line up in the backfield, and they go back to the Wildcat. That's number 2, Robinson, taking the snap, and he's following his lead blocker, and he's met in the hole by number 28, Raymond Palmer, with a huge pop and stop for Valdosta State. They're on 1st down.
Chris Robinson, only 5'9", 193, but he looks like a 225-pound back. He comes through running hard and makes you miss in any way possible. He uses his arms, too. Back in Wildcat, we see.
Going back to the Wildcat here on 2nd down, as you said, from about the 5, and Robinson is going to try to move to the outside. He's trying to get the corner, and we'll have to see it. It is a touchdown. Robinson able to get a touchdown. That's his 3rd on the day, and what a day for Chris Robinson.
And what a day for Chris Robinson. And that was a great block, seal block right there on number 14. Kind of delays him for a minute and gives Chris Robinson an opportunity to stretch the ball out.
So you see Mills come back out for this extra point to try to tie this game at 21. We'll have to see if the Blazers defense can get another block as Mills tries to put it through, and he does. And with 4:48 remaining in this 1st half, the score is knotted up at 21.
And as we got a second here, on Thursday, October 27th, Valdosta State will be hosting its Fall Career Expo in the Magnolia and Cypress rooms in the University Center. The expo will run from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. and is for students interested in employment opportunities. A list of participating organizations will be available online at valdosta.edu/careers 1 week prior to the event. Don't miss your chance to talk to some great organizations.
Speaking of Career Expo, that Valdosta State defense, some of its players may be looking for Coach Bell may be looking to replace some of those guys after that last drive.
Yes. They have to make a stop there. It's simple, too, because it's not like it's anything weird or something they didn't see on film. It's actually what they exactly saw on film, and they're running it and they're executing it in their best in a great manner. To be exact, everybody are making their blocks, people are making the right cuts, and they're getting the job done. And we got a 21-21 game. A shootout seems like en route.
This VSU offense has looked kind of sluggish here in this 2nd quarter with 4:48 kind of remaining in this 1st half. What do you think Coach Bell is saying to his guys to try to get them back in this game?
Let's get it going right here, guys. 4:48. We work on this all week in practice. Let's drive the ball down the field, punch it in right before half, and make them try to put one on the board before they go into the locker room. But hoping to go into the locker room up by a touchdown or a field goal.
Mills is set to kick off to number 30, Dre Dembe. And Dembe's going to take it at about his own 10-yard line and try to find a man. He's got a host of blockers there to the outside, but a couple guys were able to squeeze through as Dembe takes it out just shy of the 30-yard line.
And Dembe, when he sees that film in practice, he's going to want that run back. Great blocks up front, as you can see here. Just really a clean shot at a touchdown. If he could have hit the hole a little harder, but he didn't really pick up speed until the last minute, and that put them where they're at now at the 29-yard line, or the 30, excuse me.
As we see this Valdosta State offense come on out. You know, we've seen Valdosta State kind of mix it up this year as far as quarterbacking goes, as it looks like number 15, Roland Rivers, is coming back outside. But do you think Coach Bell maybe thinking about number 1, Adam Robles?
That's a good question. I think after this series should tell it all for Curtin Bell and crew.
As we see Germany all the way to the outside as Rivers takes the snap, and he is flushed once again from the pocket, and he's stepping up, going down the middle of the field, and able to look like he's maybe just short or be able to get a first down.
And those are great blocks up front once again. Delta State only sent 4, so the offensive line by Valdosta State makes them pay for only sending 4, and they give the quarterback great blocks to make a great run.
It was enough for a first down as we see Rivers give the ball to number 20, Jordan Germany, and Jordan Germany's running kind of hard, able to get about 5 yards there for the Blazers on first down.
And that was a great run by Jordan Germany right there. And as you can see here, he gets great blocks up front. He makes one cut and makes a man miss number 31, but keeps driving him. And it seems like number 31 is actually down at the time.
And there's a timeout on the field for what appears to be an injury to number 31. That's Maverick Harrison. Or excuse me, that's Wilson Curtis. Delta State has 2 number 31s on the team, and that was my mistake there. And while we got some time, the Society of Physics students is holding a stargazing party in alliance with the Valdosta State Astronomical Society on Friday, October 28th in Hayhira, Georgia. Come and learn about galaxies, nebulas, and other things that can be seen from a telescope. There will also be teachings on different constellations as they are spotted in the sky. As we see number 31, again, Wilson Curtis able to get to his feet and get off to the sidelines. As we return with this 2nd down and 5 for the Blazers.
And the clock does start rolling right here.
Lined up in the backfield for the Blazers is number 83. That's Devon Bolden, the wide receiver, next to Roland Rivers. As we see Rivers flushed again, and he tries to throw it, and that pass is going to be incomplete.
Yes, and seems like as you can see here, nothing really got going. They sent 6 on at the time. Roland Rivers just got the ball off in time there. Actually just got it off past the line of scrimmage for avoiding a intentional grounding right there.
Brings out 3rd down and 5 for the Blazers. Again, 83 Bolden accompanying Rivers in the backfield with this 4 wide receiver set.
It's a big 3rd down here from Valdosta State.
So Rivers is going to take the snap. He's surveying the defense, and he's looking deep to number 4. That is Anthony Ingram, and Ingram's looking for a flag, but he's not going to get it there.
Not at all, because Ingram has to continue to run his route right there. I'm pretty sure he had the opportunity to be exactly where Roland Rivers threw the ball, but when Ingram stopped running his route, he put himself out of position and put Roland Rivers in a bad position.
As you see there at the top of the screen, right under Valdosta on our scoreboard, Coach Bell is furious with the ref, giving him a huge earful as we see number 98, Gavin Wilson, come out for the punt. Blazers will be punting from about their own 46-yard line as Wilson's going to send the high booming punt to the left side. The ball's going to go out of bounds at just about the 25-yard line.
Well, it's been a real breezy day out here. I'm wondering, is that affecting the punting so far at Valdosta State, because he's struggled on the last couple of punts.
As we take a look down on the Delta State sideline, that's number 2, Chris Robinson. Looks like he's getting some attention from the trainers, and that could be a huge loss for Delta State if Robinson is not able to return. As we see number 16, Jade Burgess, checking and back in at quarterback for Delta State on this 1st down. The pass is going to be complete to the outside. That's number 20, Chris Cooley. And again, a great gain on first down for number 20, Cooley.
Yeah, and great blocks down the field for the receivers of the Statesmen. Solid blocks, and that's going to help.
As we see number 1, Cam Myers, and he's going to get the call here on on second down and short, and that's able to get a first down and a little bit more as we see the Blazers defense.
As you can see here, the Delta Statesmen get a great push up front, and Cam Myers does the rest.
Give us the number, it's a fake, and number 24, Kenny Moore, with a huge stop there.
That was a great open field tackle right there by Kenny Moore.
And we have a lot of pushing and shoving going on in a flag. We'll have to check the flag, but it looked like number 43, Thomas Wright, was in there. Getting maybe a little scruffy with Delta State. Number 74,
Number 72 on the offense. That's 15 yards from the end of the run. The down does count.
That's R.J. Hulse, not able to keep his temperament there, and that's going to back him up quite a bit more. And as the ref said, that down did in fact count. So that brings up second down and long.
And the coach from Delta State is giving this ref an earful on the sideline. I think the ref wouldn't want to be on that sideline anymore right now.
We see Burgess line up, and the ref runs the clock. And he's going to take the snap, and he is looking deep. And the pass is going to be down the sideline, intended for number 17. That's Josh Pinkins. And number 9, Larry Murphy on the coverage for the Blazers.
And that was great coverage right there by Larry Murphy. He stays in phase and runs ahead of the receiver to make sure he doesn't get past him when, of course, he's just a little go route right there.
And again on this huge third down and long, Chris Robinson is not on the field for Delta State. He is standing on the sidelines as Burgess takes the snap. And he's going to pump fake, and he's looking for a screen, and he's unable to complete the pass there. It was intended for number 1, Cam Myers, on that screenplay.
Yeah, I'm glad number 1, Cam Myers, was in the vicinity, because if not, but if you see on the play here, it looks like a setup screen maybe, but he tries to get it to Cam Myers, couldn't get it to him. Didn't get it back to the line either, but because Cam Myers was in the vicinity, it's not intentional grounding.
That play was snuffed out by number 34, Justin Dixon. The Duluth native has been quite a big player here early in this first half.
Yes, he has been real disruptive today.
Brings up fourth down and about a mile for Delta State as we see number 21, Cody Mills, come out to punt. Mills gets the high booming punt off to number 26, Gary Simon, and Simon attempts to put a move, and Simon's got some room. Gary Simon in the open field, and he's got blockers ahead of him. Oh my goodness, Gary Simon able to score for Valdosta State. That is Gary Simon. What an amazing return.
Yeah, Gary Simon right there makes great cuts, and as you can see on the play, he makes 1 2-man miss. His blockers made great blocks downfield. And after that, he scores a touchdown. They took his other one back, so he had to get one back from it.
Again, another huge play for the Valdosta State special teams. And as any coach will tell you, special teams plays a huge role in close games like this.
Yes, it does, because that's a part of the 3 phases of this game: your offense, your defense, and your special team.
As we see Andrew Gray pound through the extra point. It's a 28-21 lead for Valdosta State with 2:12 remaining here in this first half.
And as we got a second here, he's looking for a creepy but fun community service opportunity, and that is hosting their annual Hunted Trail at the Core Outdoor Challenge Course, October 24th through October 28th from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. You will receive free food and a free t-shirt for volunteering. Contact Gray Noss at 229-245-4301 for more information.
Another Huge play on special teams once again to give Valdosta State the lead. And this crowd is really jumping around in excitement.
Yes, they are. And like I said earlier, this is what Kerwin Bell probably was looking for, either a score from the offense or from his special teams to get them up before half. But now he asks his defense to once again make one more play to let them into half with this lead. So we look to see what they can do.
We just got a shot there of Coach Cooley not looking very happy on that sidelines as we see number 6, Ladarian Peterson, and number 24, Jaquavius McBride back to receive this kickoff from number 41, Andrew Gray. As Gray lines up to send this ball deep. Kick is off. It's not going to be number 6, Ladarian Peterson, able to try to get to the outside, and Peterson is down the sidelines. A nice job there by number 41, Gray, to have Peterson have to come back inside to a host of Blazers defenders as we have a player down for the Blazers.
And as you can see here, he gets the ball, takes off, but he had a nice wedge right there by the Delta State's men blocking. They set him up for a great run back there. But, of course, that was a great tackle by the Valdosta State returnman.
As we see number 58, that's Stuart Spence, the linebacker for Valdosta State, down on the field. We hope that young man's able to get back on his feet soon. But with just over 2 minutes here remaining in this half, what do you think Coach Cooley's telling his offense down on the field today?
Guys, we just got a big return, so now let's capitalize off that big return with a 2-minute offense right here and walk the ball down the field with great passes and great blocks by the offensive line.
Now, on the flip side, you're now Coach James Rowe, the defensive coordinator for Valdosta State. What do you kind of tell your defense?
Hold tight. Hold this offense out of the end zone. Don't give them the opportunity to make a play right here, because they make this play, they go into halftime with a great momentum swing, and I doubt this is what they want right here on this with this big crowd in front of us.
While we step away on this injury timeout, the Valdosta Donor Center's doors are always open for blood donations that could save a life. In partnership with the American Red Cross, the VDC takes appointments 5 days a week for blood and platelet donations. For more information on the center's hours and appointment availability, please contact the VDC at 229-241-1141. As we see number 58 still down on the field. We hope that young man's able to get back up as we see him look to be helped to his feet there as the crowd gives him a nice round of applause.
Ladies and gentlemen, the injured player is number 58, Stuart Spence. Let's give him a big round of applause as he makes his way off the field.
And that brings out the Valdosta State defense and the Delta State offense to play these last 2 minutes of this first half. Really an exciting first half here. It's been a shootout like you called at the top of the show, with Valdosta State leading 28-21 here in the second quarter.
Yeah, and these offenses are putting on a show against both of these defenses. But right here, I really look and hope Valdosta State's defense can make a play.
The give is to number 1, Cam Myers, and Myers is attempting to get to the outside, and he's brought down by number 2, Andre Johnson, senior.
And that was a great tackle there open field tackle by Andre. As you can see here, they set up for a run. He makes a cut outside, gets stopped, many hands on him, and he brings him down. Actually got the opportunity to meet with Andre. He's a very, very intelligent kid, and good to see him out there playing today.
As we see Burgess take the snap, and he completes to number 1, Cam Myers again for a gain of about 5 more yards. That should bring up 3rd down and short. With just over 1 minute and 15 seconds.
You see here, that's a great grab by Cam Myers, but even better open field tackle by John Marvin in the secondary.
It's 3rd down as Burgess gets ready to take the snap. The give is again to Myers, and Myers attempting to get to the outside and does enough for the 1st down as he is shoved into the sidelines. We hope he's okay. That was number 14, Brandon Rowe, on the tackle there, as Myers able to get to his feet.
Glad to see him get to his feet out there. He did hit, seems like he hit their own bleachers right there, but that was a good run.
And Coach Cooley is hot on the sidelines. I think he was looking for a penalty there, but it appeared that Rowe was able to push him out of bounds while he was still in bounds. And that brings up a 1st down for Delta State, as Burgess gets ready to take the snap with just under a minute left to play. And it's a 1st down. That pass is complete to number 6, Ladarian Peterson, there to the outside. A gain of about 4 or 5 as we check the replay.
You can see here just a wide receiver's bubble screen right there. Open field tackle right there by number 44 and number 43. Make sure they fly around to the ball right there.
And Delta State calls timeout here. And Coach Cooley is giving it to these officials on the sidelines.
Yeah, and that's because, of course, he felt like the hit out of bounds on Cam Myers was a illegal hit, but actually it was clean as can be. And as we got a second right here, interested in serving your Valdosta State University peers? Want to make a change on campus? Join the Student Government Association on Mondays at 7 p.m. in the Student Union in Meeting Room 1 to have your voice heard.
We saw number 2, Chris Robinson, try to run out there on the field into that huddle, but he was immediately pulled back by one of the coaches. We hope he's okay, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to get back into this game during this half.
Blazers 6 to 91478. By the end of the first half, your chance to win $1,000.
As we see the officials meeting with both coaches, as tempers have started to flare a little bit between these two teams.
Yeah, and that's come from a lot of, I want to say, hostility of this going at it today. If they're flying around, these big kids are, there is.
Valdosta State is not charged a timeout. I mean, Delta State is not charged a timeout.
Yeah, there was a timing correction done as the clock returns to 52 seconds. So Delta State was not charged with a timeout there. As we see Burgess take the snap here, and he is looking deep for number 9. What a catch by number 9. That is Kayshawn Evans with number 1, Donatello Brown, draped all over him.
Yeah, and Kayshawn Evans is a big 6'4" receiver and uses his size right there. Puts the ball on the money, makes it the great catch on Donatello Brown, but he holds on to the tackle and pushes it out of bounds.
Brings up 1st and goal for Delta State as Burgess takes the snap, and the give is to the running back. Checking the number there, it looks like number 28, Justin MacArthur, as Delta State takes a timeout.
As you can
with
see
just
here,
about 35 seconds remaining.
Yeah, you can see here they get off the ball hard right there. Make sure there's no lanes up the middle. That's been a problem in the red zone with the gaps up the middle freeing open. But that time the defensive line made a great stop there.
Now, if you're Delta State, you have 1 timeout remaining and 35 seconds left here to play. Oh, do you have your entire playbook open here, Kawon?
I think you don't. I wouldn't put the ball back on the ground, to be honest. That one timeout to me will be saved for a field goal if needed. But other than that, I'm putting the ball in the air and giving my receivers an opportunity to make a play on these basically make this secondary prove that they're going to be great today.
This Blazers defense has proven all year that they are very adept at turning the ball over, especially in key situations. I'm sure Coach Rowe is talking to his guys and telling them to come up with a huge play here.
Yeah, and James Rowe does a great job with this group, and they practice hard. So when you practice hard, you put yourself in a position to play really hard and do great.
As we see Burgess take the snap, and the give is to number 1. That is Cam Myers. As we see, they're unable to do it, and with 18 seconds, they're trying to get another play off here. As Burgess takes the snap, and again the give is to number 1, Myers, and he is dropped in the backfield by number 13. That is John Marvin.
And a big play there by John Marvin. Didn't make that tackle. That's a touchdown there. It was great blocks on the outside, but he pursues from the backside with a full sprint. Dives out and makes a great tackle there, open field.
Now with just 6 seconds remaining, what do you think Coach Cooley was thinking about there?
I really don't know what he actually was thinking, to be honest, but that's the reason he's the coach and I'm up here talking. I guess he was trying to give his team the best opportunity of scoring because he felt like his offensive line could get the better block, which they actually did, but the backside wasn't sealed perfectly to make that play work.
You have that one timeout there, and you put the ball on the ground twice, and you try to get your team up to the line, but you run a lot of clock off there.
Yeah, too much clock at that. Possibly, like I said, put the ball in the air and give your receivers an opportunity. You have a 6'4" receiver in Kayshawn, in Kayshawn Evans. And to me, you put the ball in his hands or give him an opportunity to just float it up in the air and let him make a play if he's able to go out there and make a play.
And that brings up 4th down with 6 seconds remaining here in this first half. And needless to say, this is quite a huge play for both teams as far as momentum goes. As Burgess lines up in the backfield and he sends a man in motion, the give is to number 1, Myers, and he is met by the Valdosta State defense. We'll have to see the call, but it looks like he is just short. And what a way to end a half there for Valdosta State.
Yeah, as you can see here, they fire off. Someone does miss, number 14 does miss a tackle, but he has more friends up the middle with all the linebackers, and they make a great tackle there.
And with that, we head into halftime. Your score, Valdosta State 28 and Delta State 21. We look forward to seeing what adjustments these two teams make in the locker room. We'll be back with the second half action here on VSU-TV right after the break.
The Valdosta Area Rotary Clubs have united with the First Foundation for Childhood Literacy and the Dolly Parton Imagination Library to mail age-appropriate books to registered children in Lowndes County, ages from birth to age 5. Your local Rotary Clubs are raising funds and taking donations. For more information, call 244-5159. Want you help us? A childhood literacy project of the Valdosta Area Rotary Clubs.
And welcome back to Bazemore-Hyder Stadium, and thank you for tuning in once again to VSU-TV. I'm Will DeLorenzo alongside Kawon Cook, and we're just about set to get this second half underway. And Kawon, what do you think Coach Cooley told this Delta State team in the locker room?
We're one touchdown away from tying with the number 16 ranked team in the nation right now. So we're right when we want to be in striking distance. All we have to do is make a stop here on defense.
And there was a bit of a mistake there by the Delta State kicker. That's number 48, Thomas Boone. He kicked the ball out of bounds there, which will set Valdosta State up with some great starting field position here in this second half.
already starting with a miscue right there. Gotta get it together for the Delta Statesmen.
As we see Roland Rivers lead this offense out here for the second half as the ball is set at the 35-yard line for the Blazers. Rivers standing in the backfield. He sends number 16, Dallas Baldner, in motion. Rivers fakes the snap, and he's looking. That pass is going to be complete to number 10, Steven Denmark, and Denmark is being dragged back. That's number 31 on the tackle. That is Wilson Curtis
it looks
for
like
Delta State.
It looks like a flag flies in there late.
There is a flag on the field with 14:48 here in this second half. We'll have to check the flag and see what it is, but already some mistakes by these teams.
Yeah, these teams are ready to go, and that's what's going on. There's a lot of energy going on throughout the field, and I guess throughout this energy is driving people to cause strong penalties and bad miscues. Got to get it together.
That's Wilson Curtis on the penalty for Valdosta State as we get the clock moving here. It's a first down. Rivers takes the snap, and he is looking to go deep, and he's got number 3, Zay Howard, and he just overshoots him. Roland Rivers is going to wish he had that one back.
Yeah, Roland Rivers has to make the throw right there. Number 3, Zay Howard, it seems beats his man on that play, streaking down the sideline. Got to hit him in stride there.
That'll bring up second down and 10 with 14:37 here in this third quarter.
Won't be shocked to see a run here.
As Rivers lines up with his offense, the give is to number 20. That's Jordan Germany, and Jordan Germany's able to get to the outside for a gain of about 10 or 11. That was a nice pickup there by Germany.
Yes, and it all started with the left tackle, Brandon Kemp over there. Solid blocks and give Jordan Jeremy a free run to the outside. He picks it up. Gets a great first down there.
As you said, that brings up first down from about the 26-yard line of Delta State as Rivers stands back with Germany stacked behind him. The give is again to number 20, Jordan Germany, and Jordan Germany's going to bumble his way for about 3 or 4 yards there. And that will bring up second down and about 7 with 14 minutes here in this third quarter.
And that was a strong run there by Jordan Jeremy, running right through Brandon Gaddy of defensive line for Delta State. Let's see if we can keep it up.
Rivers is going to take the snap again as they go quick. Rivers stands in the pocket. He's got all day to throw, and he's flushed from the pocket, and he falls down. Roland Rivers unable to keep his feet there, and that's going to go for a huge loss for Valdosta State. And Coach Bell is not happy with his quarterback on that play.
Not happy at all. It seems like Roland Rivers was surveying the field and really trying to make a play there at the end, but loses his footing and possibly misses a wide open man down the field.
And that brings up third down and about 15 for the Blazers with 13 minutes, just over 13 minutes in this third quarter as Rivers takes the snap, and he's going to look. The swing pass is out to Germany. That's a screen, and Germany is tripped up. That's number 8 on the tackle, DeCorey McGee for Delta State. That brings up fourth down and long with just under 13 minutes remaining.
And that was a nice screen set up there. But I think Delta State had it drawn, had it basically recognized. They waited for it to happen, baited it, and made a great open field tackle, and they're bringing on the kicker.
Yeah, Coach Bell will send out number 41, Andrew Gray, for his first field goal attempt. The holder is number 19, backup quarterback Jacob Chesser. Awaits the snap. And Gray's kick is away. We'll have to check the officials. And he is unable to convert. That is another miss. So with 12 minutes and 26 seconds remaining in this third quarter, your score, Valdosta State 28 and Delta State 21.
And that was a big miss by Valdosta State, and I'm pretty sure Delta State is licking their chops and excited to get back on out on this field as an offense and hopefully move it down the field and put one in the end zone.
as we see number 16, Jabe Burgess, back out there for the Statesman. He came in about midway through the second quarter, and we have not seen starter Tyler Sullivan. But as Burgess takes the snap and he's looking for number 2, that's Chris Robinson. And it's good to see that Chris Robinson was able to get back out there on the field. He was all but missing there in that second quarter, and you could tell that this Delta State offense really missed him.
Yes, they did, because he's their offensive playmaker. They have others, but he does a great load of the playmaking right now.
Brings up 2nd down and 10 for Delta State. As Burgess takes the snap, and the give is to number 2, Chris Robinson, and he is able to make his way down to about the 35-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd down and short for Delta State with just about 12 minutes remaining in this third quarter.
Brings up 3rd and short. That was a great push up front for the Delta State lineman, and gave Robertson a great hold there.
Burgess takes the snap. The give is again to Robinson. Robinson trying to get to the outside. He is flushed, but he is able to get the corner there. Wow, what a great pickup by Chris Robinson before he's taken down by number 5, Dante Robinson, and number 14, Brandon Rowe for the Blazers.
That was great blocks by their left tackle, George Roberts right there. Made a great seal block. Freed up Cam Robertson for a great run there.
Brings up 1st and 10 for Delta State, and the give is to number 1. That's Cam Myers, and Myers attempting to get to the outside again, but he is tackled by a host of Blazers, although there is a penalty flag down. Looks like holding on Delta State, but we'll have to check it.
And as we wait, on that play, you could easily see that possibly was holding on the sideline, but of course we're waiting. And we haven't seen Tyler Sullivan in at all since the second quarter, and I think just because he wasn't making the throws and making the plays that quarterback Jabe Burgess is making right now.
Number 77 on the defense, on offense. That penalty is declined. Holding. Number 17 on the offense. 10 yards on the spot foul.
That was
Replay, first down.
2 penalties there, both on the offense. The Blazers will take the second on number 17. That is Josh Pinkston, the wide receiver for Delta State, and that'll back them up and bring up 1st down and about 15 or 16 for Delta State with 11-19 remaining in this third quarter. The give is to number 1, but the ball is fumbled, and we'll have to see who came up with it. It looks like it may be a Blazer. We'll wait on the ruling from the ref. It was recovered by number 1, Cam Myers there. But some more trouble with the running back exchange, this time for Delta State, Kawon.
Yeah, and this continues to happen for both teams, so I won't be shocked that the coaches eventually just go away from the play, because it keeps happening, and this is key into the game to make a play right now.
It's the 2nd down, the pass outside. That's Kayshawn Evans, and he is tackled by a host of Blazers. First one to get there was number 34, Justin Dixon. That'll bring up 3rd and long with 11:35 left in this third quarter. Your score 28-21, Valdosta State.
3rd and long, where Delta State doesn't want to be against this defensive line. They're flying out the ball. They're pinning these ears back, and this is something that this quarterback has to look out for, because they're coming.
Burgess lines up for this 3rd down play with the wide receiver stack, and he's going to pump, and he's looking to try to go deep. He's flushed again. That pass is complete to number 6. That is Ladarian Peterson, but it looks like he's going to be just short, bringing up a 4th down and about 3 or 4. But it looks like Coach Cooley is going to leave his offense out there and appear to go for it.
And I'm not shocked there, because, hey, this is a critical time in the game. And if you can get a score on the board, you can even the score and give your defense a chance to make a play. But
it's a big fourth down here with 9:38 in the game. Your score 28-21. Burgess getting ready to take the snap. They may not actually have a play called. Looking to try to draw the Blazers off sides. We'll have to see what the stoppage is. It looks like a delay of game on the offense.
They have to find a way to get the ball out a little quicker.
And that last play was kind of frightening. Speaking of frightening, VSU-TV presents Saturday Fright Special every Saturday at 9 p.m. and midnight. Join host Scarewolf as he leads you through classic monster movies on Saturday Fright Special. Get your friends together and grab some popcorn before the popcorn grabs you, as we see punter Cody Mills come out for the first time in the second half, and he sends a booming punt towards number 26, Gary Simon. And that ball's going to roll dead inside the 10-yard line at about the 7. And with 9:10 remaining in this third quarter, your score is again 28-21 Valdosta State, as we see the Blazers offense come out for the second time this quarter.
Yeah, and this is the time I'm pretty sure Kerwin Bell is telling his offense, let's get it going right here. This will be a big drive for them, because if they can move the ball down the field, they can be up 2 touchdowns and right in the driver's seat right now. But, of course, they're in the driver's seat at the time. But you want to push this lead and put your foot on the pedal, because if you don't, you give this this Delta State team an opportunity to come back into this game.
How important is this drive for quarterback Roland Rivers? We've seen Valdosta State go with a 2-quarterback system, and he's been a bit ineffective here since the first quarter. With the give is to number 27, Cedric Hollingshed, for a minimal gain of about 1, maybe 2 if he got back to the line of scrimmage.
But this will be a very, very critical drive for him. Kerwin Bell has a lot of faith in him, as we can see. They keep putting him on the field, but I would not be shocked if they do give if they do give Adam Robles an opportunity to get out there and make a play.
2 years in the past there with Caleb Nobles, as Rivers takes the snap, and he's stepping up into the pocket, and it's nice stiff arm there as Rivers gets to the outside and takes a huge hit, but he's able to get a first down, and a huge pickup there for the Blazer quarterback.
Yeah, great pickup there for Roland Rivers. Uses big frame, gets a great stiff arm there, and gets the first down. And I was kind of 2 years there in the past, Will, but I had to get myself right. And I'm there now. I'm where I need to be.
With the clock moving at 8:15, your score 28-21 Blazers in this third quarter. Rivers looks to be surveying the defense. He may be changing the play out here. As he saw something, he moves his running back number 27, Hollingshed. And he looks to throw, that's number 4, Anthony Ingram. But he wasn't able to hold on there.
It's about 7 minutes and 56 seconds remaining and counting right now. But that was a good throw to me by Roland Rivers. Ingram has to find a way to hold on to that ball there, because that would be like a 2 to 3, 4 yard game. And that's the game you need against this type of defense. You just slowly but surely walk it down the field.
That brings up 2nd and long for the Blazers. As Rivers stands on the backfield, he's got Hollingshed stacked behind him, and the fake is to Hollingshed, and that pass is complete to number 80. That's Joe Fortson on the outside for the Blazers. And I'm sorry, the pass is incomplete. Fortson was out of bounds when he made that catch.
And that was a shocking call right there. Great play call by the coach, but more by the ref saying that he was out of bounds, because it seemed from my angle that he was in bounds, but I'm not on the field, so the ref does make the right call.
It is 3rd down and 10 for Valdosta State with 7:47 in this third quarter remaining. Your score 28-21. This is a huge play for Roland Rivers in this Blazers offense. As Rivers takes the snap and he's looking deep and he is flush from the pocket. Rivers is going to take off and try to get the first down again, but he looks to be stacked up by a host of Delta State players, and he's going to be just short. And there are flags flying everywhere. It's getting very chippy out there between these two teams.
Extremely chippy.
And another flag flying in a little bit later.
At that time, the Delta State Statesman only sent 3. So I'm kind of shocked of why maybe he didn't just air it out, but maybe nobody downfield was really open, and it was a man defense. So every man was covered well. He didn't want to force it, and he took off to try to get as many yards as he could. Almost picked up the first down, but as we're waiting on the flags we're waiting on the decisions on the flags.
Looks like it's going to be some personal foul calls as the refs are making the marks, as we hear from the head referee.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct foul, number 15 on the defense. That is his first unsportsmanlike conduct foul of the contest. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct foul, number 80 on the offense. That is his first unsportsmanlike conduct foul for the game. Those penalties offset. The player whose helmet came off, it came off as a result of the foul. He remains in the game.
And we have a couple offsetting penalties there. But that will still bring up a 4th down for Valdosta State, and they will bring on the punt team.
And this offense can't get rolling, it says.
Brings out number 98, Gavin Wilson, to punt. Back to receive for Delta State is number 28, Justin MacArthur. With 7:32 remaining in this third quarter, your score is 28-21 Valdosta State. As Wilson takes the snap and he gets off a bit of a low punt there. And it's covered very well, takes a nice blazer bounce to roll inside the 30 to about the 29-yard line, and that was a very nice punt by number 98, Gavin Wilson.
And Gavin Wilson right there saved off a bounce. A great bounce at that.
That brings the Delta State offense back out onto the field, and quarterback Jabe Burgess coming out to lead this team alongside number 24, Timothy Foy, in the backfield for Delta State. It's a 4 wide receiver set as Burgess takes the snap on first down, and he's looking to pass, and that pass is behind his intended target. That's number 84, Marquise Carter. And I'm sure Burgess would really like to have that pass back.
Yes, as his man was streaking down the field on a wide open post. The safety was a little late. If he hit him in stride, that's probably a touchdown. But not today. And he will see that in film session and probably be very angry with himself after that.
Brings up 2nd down and long as we see number 2, Chris Robinson, check in for Delta State. The give is to number 2, Robinson. And there was a hole there for a second. But he was tackled by number 5, Dante Robinson.
That was a great open field tackle by Dante Robinson right there. And as you can see, he comes downhill, making a solid tackle. And it saves from a good run right there.
That brings up 3rd down and long for Delta State with just under 6:45 remaining. Burgess takes the snap and he's looking to pass. He steps back and that pass is across the middle. It's broken up by number 2, Andre Johnson.
And that was a great breakup by Andre Johnson. It's great to get an opportunity to meet with Andre Johnson. He's different, not really different from any, average college student, sorry to say, but he's a great young man, and he has actually has a young child, Andre Jr. Actually, it's pretty interesting to see him out there making plays, and his son's probably in the stands cheering for his dad.
Very nice as we see number 21, Cody Mills, take the snap, and he gets a high punt way up in the air, and Valdosta State players need to get away from that. Almost a mistake there by number 2, Andre Johnson, but Coach Cooley cannot be happy with his punter on that very short punt.
Not at all, but I think the wind out here had something to do with that. Even though it did go straight into the air, this breeze out here is kind of giving the kickers fits. The balls are flying everywhere but where they're supposed to go. They're either too high in the air and they're not getting enough yards, or they're too low and they're not going further enough.
With 6:24 remaining in this third quarter, you mentioned a little bit about the wind. What kind of factor does that play, especially for a team's passing game?
I think it's actually playing a big factor because a lot of Rolling Rivers passes haven't been hit on the mark. They've been kind of selling in the air and not really hitting the receiver where it needs to be on deeper passes.
On first down, Rivers fakes, and he's able to escape a little bit of pressure all of a sudden, and he tries to pass it, but it is incomplete, intended for number 27, Cedric Hollingshed, and that was some nifty moves there by Rolling Rivers to throw, almost spike the ball down towards Hollingshed.
Yeah, you can see here a play-action fake. Number 93 flies through the hole and looks like he comes up with a sack until Rolling Rivers throws it off to Cedric Hollingshed to be an incomplete pass, and actually a smart play by Rolling Rivers to avoid that sack.
You mentioned number 93, and if you take a look on the Delta State roster, there is no player with the number 93.
And that is true. And they wear that number in honor of Adrian Dinkins, who passed away in a car accident in 2015. And each player throughout every other week gets the opportunity to wear his number and go out there in his spirit and make plays.
A nice moment there as Valdosta State lines up for a first down, and the give is to number 27, Hollingshed, and Hollingshed was just about one arm away from breaking free. But he was able to get enough for just close to the first down to bring up a second and short as we take a look here.
As you can see here, he comes up, hits the hole hard, makes one miss. And even though there was holding on, he breaks that tackle, he's probably getting more yards than that.
Brings up second and short for the Blazers. The give is again to number 27, Hollingshed. And he looked to be a little indecisive here. We'll have to check the spot to see. It is, in fact, a Blazer first down.
And that was a great call by Kerwin Bell, just putting the ball on the ground. You know it was short yardage there to get the first down. Give your freshman, your big freshman, the opportunity to make a play because he is a playmaker.
That keeps the ball and the clock moving with 5:30 remaining in this third quarter. Rivers sets up, leading his team as the Blazers are up 28-21. Rivers is going to take a pass, and he is flushed from the pocket once again, and he's looking down the sidelines towards number 16, Dallas Baldner, but he is unable to complete that pass.
Yeah, and that seemed like another situation of man coverage, and they're also starting to sit the middle linebackers in the middle to kind of contain and QB spot on Rolling Rivers, as I can see from down on the field.
Rivers is taking a look towards the sidelines as he waits for the call from head coach Kerwin Bell as the Blazers make a late substitution as number 46, Taj Dennis, heads to the sideline. Number 10, Steven Denmark, runs out onto the field as you see him at the bottom of your screen.
Won't be shocked to see a pass here, Will.
Rivers is going to take the snap. We'll have to check the flags. That's a false start on number 63, David May, listed as the backup center here for Valdosta State.
He has to find a way to relax because his team really needs him at this time. So if he relax and get the ball off, he'll be just fine. Just don't move.
It brings up second about 15 for the Blazers as Rivers takes the snap. The fake is to number 27, Hollingshed, and Rivers is going to go deep down the sidelines. Intended for number 3, Zay Howard, and he tried to make some separation there, but Howard is down just side of the end zone, but he's able to hop back up pretty quickly as we take a look.
Here, he's a play-action fake there. He throws it deep, and really, to be honest, I think that was a bad read by Rolling Rivers because if you look for his check down man and Cedric Hollingshed after the play-action fake, he's actually beat his man to the outside. He can make a great catch and get upfield for more yards there.
As we take a bit of a stoppage in play as the Valdosta State trainer heads over to take a look at number 3, Zay Howard, as we see him kind of wobbling there as both teams are sent to the sidelines.
And that's we got a second right here. Are you looking for a creepy but fun community service opportunity? Inactive is hosting their annual Hunted Trail at the Core Outdoors Challenge Course October 24th through October 28th from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. You will receive free food and a free t-shirt for volunteering. Contact Gray Noss at 229-245-4301 for more information.
That brings up 3rd and about 15 for the Blazers with 5:10 left in the third quarter as Rivers is going to take the snap. He's standing tall in the pocket, and another flag thrown out as Rivers just tries to escape to the outside, but I think that one's going to be coming back.
Yeah, it seems like a holding on number 57 there, Brandon Kemp on the play.
That looks like what it is. And I'm sure Delta State will decline this to bring up a 4th down.
Number 57 on the offense. That penalty is declined. Down.
4th down, that'll send out the punting unit. And Gavin Wilson one more time for the Blazers.
In this situation, I'm pretty sure they're looking to put them back deep in their own territory or maybe get a touchback. But if I was the coach, I would tell my punter to put the ball in the corner towards the 5 to the 10-yard line. Give your defense opportunity to make a play right there and put the offense in a very bad situation, right lined up, backs against their own end zone.
As Wilson gets off a high booming punt, and that's going to go out of bounds relatively short. We'll have to check the spot there. Just about the 25-yard line, and Coach Bell cannot be too happy with that punt.
Not at all, not at all. Probably wanted more yards out of that, but couldn't get it. I think actually the wind once again grabbed it. That wind has been a monster all day. I think it has its own jersey. It deserves its own jersey after that because it continues to be a problem.
That'll bring up 1st down for the Delta State Statesmen at about their own 25-yard line as Robinson is stacked behind Burgess in the backfield. The give is to Robinson, and he is met in the backfield by a couple of Blazers. The first one, number 31, Maurice Gayson, able to meet the Blazers.
And as you can see here, Maurice Faison comes flying downhill, makes a great tackle on Chris Robinson to slow down the great back for making a play.
Bring up 2nd down as the Statesmen line up relatively fast. And the fake is going to be to Robinson, and that pass was nearly intercepted twice. First by number 13, John Marvin, and then by number 24, Kenny Moore.
And then it bounced off the pass there of the receiver, and it almost was intercepted by Brandon Ford, number 14.
As we take a look here at the replay. It brings up 3rd down and long for Delta State with 4:06 remaining in the third quarter. As Burgess takes the snap, and he's looking deep, and he's flushed from the pocket before he is thrown down by a host of Blazers. The first one to get there, number 94, Jamar Simpkins, followed by number 99, Gatio Ervelis.
And that Black Swarm defensive line has been outstanding all night. As you see here, they got off the ball. He was trying to find somebody open, but he found the defensive line of the Black Swarm in his face.
That puts punter Cody Mills in his own end zone for this next punt, and that's always a dangerous position to be punting from.
Definitely when long snapper has been making bad snaps all game long.
He gets a good one off here as Mills sends it deep to number 26, Gary Simon, who's already got 2 returns here today. And Gary Simon, once again, he's got some wide open field. Gary Simon, oh my goodness. That is 3 straight plays. Oh, he's tackled just short, but we have to check the flag as we see number 72. That's R.J. Holst.
As you can see here, 2 tacklers had an opportunity to make a big play, but they couldn't. And Tyler gets up the field and makes a great run back right there.
Simon just slowed up there at the end, and I'm sure Coach Bell is not going to be happy about that. We'll have to check the flag and see.
During the return, personal foul, number 58 on the receiving team. Unnecessary roughness, 15 yards from the swallow foul, first down.
As we see an unnecessary roughness call on number 58, Stuart Spence. The young man was injured early in the game. It's good to see him back on the field. And Coach Bell is excessively hot about that call because he believes his player was just doing his job and making that block.
And to be honest, it's just a bad call because it wasn't a block. It wasn't a bad block. Actually, it was a very legal block. He made sure to make a clean block at the time, but the ref saw something different, and that's why the flag was on the field at the time.
But I tell you what, special teams coming up big once again for Valdosta State. Gary Simon is turning into a real threat to return punts. With 3:08 remaining in this third quarter, we see our first glimpse at number 1, Adam Robles, the backup quarterback for the Blazers, who split time with Roland Rivers here this year. As Robles takes the snap, that pass is deflected up in the air, intended for number 4, Anthony Ingram. Many of you may be familiar with Adam Robles as number 12, but unfortunately before the game there was a problem with his uniform, which is why he has made the number change here.
Yeah, and that was trying to get it off quick to like a receiver screen, but couldn't get it off fast enough. And a great bat down by the defensive line of the Statesman.
Robles sets up for a 2nd and long. He takes the snap and he's looking outside. And Robles is going to try to take off there.
Robles, the ball carrier.
Brings up 3rd down and about 7 or 8 for the Blazers. But if Robles is taking a look up top, he looked to have had number 16 Dallas Ballner wide open on the sidelines.
Yeah, he had great blocks up front, but seems like at that situation he really couldn't see much because he had more than one defender in his face, so he just got upfield and got as many yards as he could.
And that brings up 3rd down with just under 2:30 remaining in this third quarter. It's a shuffle pass to number 27, Cedric Hollingshed, but he's brought down by number 95, Brandon Gaddy, to bring up a 4th down.
That was a solid tackle right there by Brandon Gaddy. Stopped the big play because if he didn't make that tackle, Hollingshed more than likely picks up the 1st down.
Bring up 4th and 5, and Coach Bell is going to keep those Blazers offense on the field. And Adam Robles is relaying the call to his team. With just under 2 minutes remaining in this quarter, this could be a huge play.
I think it's a great call.
Robles is going to take the snap. The fake is to 27, Hollingshed, and the pass is incomplete. Robles got killed on that play. There's a flag on the play. We'll have to check it. It looks like it came from the secondary. We'll have to see the call once again.
Seems like a defensive holding, but of course we're waiting for the call.
Coach Bell came out hot. Both head coaches are extremely hot right now. Coach Bell was yelling at quarterback Adam Robles, and Coach Cooley is not playing very cool with the refs right now.
Not at all. Actually slamming his headset down to the ground. Very angry about the penalty that was just called.
Either way, that brings up a 1st down and 10. The give is to number 27, Cedric Hollingshed, for a minimal gain on the play. And that play was from the Blazers, or excuse me, the Delta State 25-yard line, with a running clock with just over a minute and 20 seconds remaining in this third quarter.
Shocking to see that the Statesman has done a great job today of containing this run offense for the Blazers. So that's why the Blazers have used the pass more than the run, because it hasn't been successful at all.
Robles takes the snap, and he's under some quick pressure. He's able to escape, and he throws the ball up and out of bounds. I think that was a smart play by Robles. He was looking deep. The only wide receiver in the vicinity was number 80, Joe Fortson. As Robles hobbles over to Coach Bell to get the signal for the next play.
And that was a great defensive blitz by the linebackers of the Statesmen. They delayed blitz that time to kind of give them a look as they were dropping back in coverage, but it worked. He flew through the A gap and almost created a big sack there, but Robles got the ball off and made a great incomplete pass there. Smart incomplete pass, actually.
That brings up third down for the Blazers as Robles takes the snap, and he's looking deep. He's under quick pressure again, and he has to throw the ball. And Adam Robles has been taking a beating since he's come into this game. And just tried to force that one down the middle of the field, but nobody was open there.
Yeah, he once again, happy feet. He had to have happy feet because the linemen and the linebackers were flying at him. So he just got rid of the ball as quick as possible to protect from getting sacked. And now it's 4th and very long because the punt team is not coming out right now.
Yeah, and it looks like Coach Bell has lost a lot of faith in his kicker, Adam Gray, as he keeps the offense out here on this huge 4th down with under a minute left to play in this third quarter. Robles is going to take the snap, and he is looking deep. The pass is complete to number 83. That is Devon Bolden with a huge catch out of the backfield.
And huge catch and a huge play set up by Kerwin Bell. But as you see here, he comes out the backfield as a receiver, and you can see he runs a little wheel route and he's wide open. But that's not the first time they ran that play today. They actually set that up because they ran it earlier in the game to give a look, and now they go back to it, and it actually works.
That brings us to 1st and goal from the 9-yard line for the Blazers. The give is to number 27, Cedric Hollingshed, and Hollingshed bumbling his way down to the 1-yard line. And that sets up the Blazers really nice with just under 30 seconds remaining in this third quarter.
And that was a great push from up front by the Valdosta State lineman, and Cedric Hollingshed running hard to get to the 1-yard line there.
It is 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line for the Blazers with 15 seconds remaining in the quarter. We'll see if they are able to get this play off. The give is to number 27, Hollingshed, and he is stacked up. And that will bring us to the end of the third quarter.
But as you can see here, he hits the hole hard, thinking he gets a push into the end zone, but the Statesmen say otherwise.
With one more quarter to play, your score is the Valdosta State Blazers 28, the Delta State Statesmen 21. We look for a very, very exciting fourth quarter and see how the Blazers deal with this 3rd and goal situation. We'll be right back here on VSU-TV.
Patty, let me be honest with you. Won't filing for Social Security benefits online be confusing?
George, it's simple and easy, and you can do it in your pajamas from the comfort of your own home.
Oh, my.
You've navigated through asteroid belts, right?
Oh, sure, plenty of times.
Well, compared to that, navigating socialsecurity.gov is a snap.
Really?
It's so easy. Even Kirk could do it.
Welcome back to Bazemore-Hyder Stadium, and as we get ready for the start of this fourth quarter, the Blazers knocking on the door of the Delta State Statesmen, trying to punch in a touchdown to get them up 2 touchdowns early here in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Kerwin Bell is letting his offense know right now is the time to make a statement. You have an opportunity to put your team up 2 touchdowns and give your defense and put the offense of the Delta State Statesmen on their heels, but we'll see right here.
We have quarterback number 1, Adam Robles, out on the field. This is his first series. And the give is to 27, Cedric Hollingshed. And Cedric Hollingshed in for the Valdosta State touchdown. And a huge play there for Valdosta State and Cedric Hollingshed as we take a look.
And a huge push up front right there. Great blocks by the offensive lineman. And Hollingshed sheds 1 block and walks into the end zone on the 2nd tackle.
A big play there as we see number 41, Andrew Gray, line up for this field goal. Gray able to put it through. So with 14 minutes and 57 seconds remaining in this game, that brings your score Valdosta State 35 and Delta State 21.
And as we have a second here, catch up with the nation's winningest high school football team every Thursday night at 8 p.m. on Wildcat Tradition. Coach Alan Rodemaker and host Monty Long bring you last week's highlights and keys to upcoming action under the Friday night lights. Wildcat Tradition brought to you in part by VSU-TV, Cable Channel 16.
There's a great start there to the fourth quarter for Valdosta State, putting them up 2 touchdowns. If you're Coach Cooley on the other side for Delta State, what do you want to tell your team to?
Let's put a touchdown on the board and as fast as possible. I mean, I know it's a lot of time on the clock, but the quicker you put one on the board, the quicker you got the opportunity to put the defense back on the field and let them give them opportunity to make a stop. And of course, you make a stop, and you're back in the game if you can score right here.
That was, for VSU, that was their first touchdown since 6 minutes and 29 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Coach Bell went with the right choice there in getting Robles in and really sparking this Blazer offense.
Yeah, I'm not shocked at all with the change-up. They gave Roland Rivers many opportunities to make plays. He didn't make the plays. You put the next quarterback in. Both quarterbacks are talented, so feel good about putting the other one in and letting them make plays and letting them sling the ball around.
This is the first time in quite some time that we've seen a quarterback situation like this for the Blazers. That's actually really benefited them. Both these quarterbacks, like you said, are talented guys, and it's interesting to see as we see a pooch kick here from Adam Gray. That's number 20, Chris Cooley, tackled by number 45. A huge hit. That's Malik Shepard, backup running back.
Yeah, and I actually got an opportunity myself to play against Malik Shepard in high school. He's a great player. He did high jump in track and field, and he was great in the state.
As we see Jay Burgess lead his offense here from about the 39-yard line. Burgess is going to give to number 2, Chris Robinson. And Chris Robinson is attempting to get to the outside, and he's brought down by number 24, Kenny Bart. And it looks like the ball came out, but Robinson appears to be down already.
Yes, but great open field tackle by Kenny Moore right there. Play could have went worse than what it could have went for more yards than what it did, but because of a great open field tackle there, it's only 2nd and 4.
Burgess is getting ready for the snap. The give is again to Robinson, and they've been riding him all day, and Robinson able to get to the second level for the second straight play and pick up a first down.
And here's this offensive line. They're getting going. I guess coach put something in their head. You got the ball upfield and made a great run there.
Brings up 1st and 10 from just about midfield for Delta State. As Burgess gets ready to take the snap, it's again a give to the running back. That's number 1, Cam Myers, who came in for number 2, Chris Robinson. But again, another pickup of about 6 or 7, and this Delta State offense is moving quite well.
They are, and they're using their running game at that. The offensive line is getting off the ball very fast and making key blocks and getting to the second level.
The give is again to the running back, Myers, as Myers attempts to get to the outside, and he is brought down. First Blazer there was number 28, Raymond Palmer, followed by a host of Blazers, including number 34, Justin Dixon, and number 14, Brandon Rowe.
Yeah, and the Blazers, the Black Swarm once again flying around. As you can see here, they make plays. They make them push them to the outside. Number 28 kind of makes the single tackle himself, but the rest of the Black Swarm comes in and makes a key tackle.
That brings up 3rd and 5 with 13:02 remaining in the game. Your score 35-21 Valdosta State. As we see a timeout on the field. I believe the officials found a mouthpiece or a piece of equipment that they needed to get off the field. The clock will run again inside 13 minutes on 3rd down and about 5. Burgess is going to take the snap. He's looking. He's firing to the outside. And that pass is broken up by number 14, Brandon Rowe. But there is a flag on the play. He looked to have had the wide receiver, number 35. That's William Hood. Excuse me, he's a running back. William Hood tangled up there.
Yeah, and the only reason there is possibly a pass interference on the defense right here on number 14, Brandon Rowe, is because his back right hand was over the back shoulder of the receiver, and you can't do that. If you're going to make a play on the ball, you have to just make the play on the ball and not grab hold to the receiver. They will throw the pass interference on you every time.
That moves the chains and gives this Delta State team a first down and 10 from about the 38-yard line of the Blazers. Burgess gets ready for the snap. The give is to number 2, Robinson, and he is met in the backfield. That's number 99, Gito Erlvis, with the stop in the backfield.
And that was a great play there. He gets off the ball fast. Hey, it makes the offensive line pay.
Brings up second down and 13 with just under 12:30 remaining in the game. We see number 20, that's Chris Cooley, in motion for the Statesman. As Burgess takes the snap and he fakes the ball to number 1, Myers, and he's looking down the middle of the field. That pass is intercepted. Intercepted by number 28, that's Raymond Palmer. Able to get to the outside. Nice block by number 2, Andre Johnson. Raymond Palmer down the sidelines, and he's got one man to beat. Let's see if he can get there. What a huge play from the Valdosta State defense.
A great play from the Valdosta State defense as they set in a cover 2 zone right there. And it's some laundry on the field. There is a flag. But as you can see here, he tried to thread the middle of the field with the seam. He just overthrows them. And number 28, Raymond Palmer, makes a great play on the ball.
We'll have to check the flag. Check with the refs to see what's happened, and Raymond Palmer was very close to taking that all the way back for a touchdown.
During the return, block below the waist, number 1. That penalty results in half this in goal, first down.
There's a block below the waist. I believe it was on. I believe that penalty was on Delta State, as that puts the Valdosta State offense at the 3-yard line. So that play just went from bad to worse for Delta State.
This Delta State coaching staff is in the ear of this ref on the sideline. I know this is getting a little chippy here.
We see it, number 1, Adam Robles, return to the field with 11:59 remaining in the game. The ball on the 3-yard line for the Blazers. Stacked behind him is number 20, Jordan Germany, as Delta State takes the timeout.
Delta State, it's their first charge timeout of the half.
Coach Cooley is very hot, looking for an explanation from the referees. As we see him.
And as we got a second here, you have an interest in a paranormal, want to show that it's offbeat, not stuffy? Then VSU-TV has the program for you. 30 odd minutes, airing Saturday nights at 11 p.m. following Saturday Fright Special. If the truth is out there, 30 odd minutes will find it, but only by sheer accident.
And Coach Cooley is giving it to this head official right now, and he is very, very upset with the calls here today.
This is Coach Cooley's 4th year with the Delta State Statesmen, and coming into the matchup, he was 2-1 against the Valdosta State Blazers. But this is his first matchup against head coach Kerwin Bell.
So with 11:59 remaining in the game, the score is once again 35-21 Valdosta State as they set up for a 1st and goal from the 3-yard line as Adam Robles in for Roland Rivers at quarterback and Cedric Hollingshed making his way back behind his quarterback. Delta State has to be very careful here because one more score and it could almost put the game out of reach for them. As we see Robles get ready to take the snap for the Blazers. Robles takes, the give is to number 27, Hollingshed, and he is stacked up at the line of scrimmage for a gain of about 1 if he got any.
And he tried to get a great hard run right there, and the offensive lineman tried to get a push, but the Delta State statesmen know that this is a critical drive right here, and they're trying to make a stop.
Robles is going to take the snap again. Again, it's a give to Hollingshed, and Hollingshed to the outside for the Valdosta State touchdown. And that's the 2nd of the day for Cedric Hollingshed.
You know, a great run by Hollingshed, but great blocks up front. And definitely a great block by receiver Joe Force, and he seals and gives Cedric Hollingshed the touchdown right there.
There is a flag on the play, so we'll have to check it to see if it will stand. And it looks to be on Delta State, so the touchdown will in fact stand.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct foul, number 49 on the defense. That penalty will be administered on the succeeding kickoff. 1 try.
There has been quite a few unsportsmanlike conduct penalties on both teams today. I'm sure both coaches are not happy with that.
Not at all. I'm pretty sure they'll be either pushing sleds or running 100-yard sprints this after the game, or maybe when they get home, because this is no reason for bonehead mistakes like that.
As we see the try go through, so with 11:29 remaining in the game, the score, the home team Valdosta State 42 and the Delta State Statesmen 21. While we have a minute here, on Thursday, October 27th, Valdosta State will be hosting the Fall Career Expo in the Magnolia and Cypress Room in the University Center. The expo will run from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. and is for students interested in employment opportunities. A list of participating organizations are available online at valdosta.edu/careers. Don't miss your chance to talk with some great organizations. We see Delta State having a full-on team meeting with Coach Cooley here to try to get them back in this game, but with 3 touchdowns and just over 11.5 minutes left, or excuse me, just under 11.5 minutes left, I'm not sure if they're going to be able to come back.
Penalties and turnovers have really hurt this Delta State Statesman team today. It's been a problem all season long with the penalties, but you have to find a way to play within the rules and regulations, because if you don't, you're going to get penalties, and the more penalties you get, the worse position you put your team in. So just got to, as a coach, I'm pretty sure every week he's beating on the situation, and it's seeming like it's not getting any better. So of course they're hoping to see this get a little bit better throughout the rest of the game, this 4th quarter. But
and due to the penalty, Gray will be kicking off from midfield for the Blazers, as we see just how important those things can be, and he will push it straight out of the back of the end zone and out of the field of play. And that will set up Delta State from about from their 20-yard line.
And this will be a critical offensive possession for Delta State right here as they come on the field.
As we see starter Tyler Sullivan check back into the game at quarterback for Delta State.
Delta State has 1st and 10 at their own 25.
This will be Sullivan's first action since just about midway through that 2nd quarter when he came out. That pass is complete. That's number 2, Chris Robinson, to the outside. That tackle was made by number 43, Thomas Wright, and number 9, Larry Murphy.
And That was a great open field tackle. But as you can see here, he surveys the field. This defensive line is giving this offensive line a lot of problems today. But Thomas Wright comes through and makes a great tackle there.
As Delta State went kind of quickly there, they were able to complete a pass to number 20, Chris Cooley, for the first down. With 11:11 remaining in the game, the score is again 42-21 Valdosta State.
Yeah, and they're looking to push the tempo right here. Try to get one in the end zone quickly as possible and maybe get an onside kick to try to get the ball back, but we shall see.
Sullivan's going to take the snap, and he's looking deep. The pass is going to be to the outside in the flats for a minimal gain. That's number 6, LaDorian Peterson. Coverage by number 24, Kenny Moore, for the Blazers.
And as you can see here, just a quick out right here. He gets the ball to him. But once again, Kenny Moore flying around. Makes a great open field tackle there.
Again, a quick play as Sullivan throws the ball out to the outside. And number 2, Andre Johnson, is furious, looking for the flag as he was being held by number 17. That's Josh Pinkston on the outside.
Yeah, it seems like right there that could have been a pass interference, but because of the maybe a screen setting up over there, setting blocks, referee didn't give it a call.
That brings us up 3rd down and 10 for the Statesmen. As Sullivan looks to survey the defense, he's going to take the snap, and he's dropping back, and he's going deep down the right sideline. That pass is intercepted. That's number 2, Andre Johnson, with his 2nd interception of the year.
Yeah, Andre Johnson making a great play right there, staying in phase with the receiver, running completely with him. Quarterback throws it up, tries him, but Andre Johnson makes a great play and probably seals the game with that interception right there.
With 10:42 remaining, the score is 42-21 Valdosta State, as the Blazers take over at their own 25-yard line. It'll be a 1st and 10 as Adam Robles and the team head out onto the field. A very athletic play there by the cornerback Andre Johnson to give his team the ball back. Now, if you're Coach Bell, do you just try to run as much clock as you can at this point?
I would run the clock out, try to prevent injuries. It's a talented ball club. Keep your team from injuries. Give everybody an opportunity to go into next week ready to go.
The give is to Cedric Hollingshed on 1st down for a game of about 5 or 6 on that play. That will set up a 2nd down and about 5 for Valdosta State, as Robles stands in the backfield with Hollingshed behind him. That's number 46, Taj Dennis, in motion. The give is to Hollingshed, and he's trying to follow his fullback there, but he is met by a host of Delta State defensive players, including number 52, Chandler Ector.
Yeah, and left guard Jeremy King right there was assigned to a pull to open the hole for Cedric Hollingshed. Couldn't get around quick enough. Hollingshed runs into his back, but nowhere really to go for Hollingshed there.
Robles is looking to the sidelines, getting his call from his head coach, Coach Kerwin Bell. He's relaying the call to his wide receivers at the bottom of your screen. That's number 16, Dallas Ballner, and number 10, Steven Denmark. As Robles takes the snap and he completes to number 16, Dallas Ballner, and Dallas Ballner is able to break a tackle and get to the outside for a huge gain and a nice pickup of a 1st down for Valdosta State.
Great pass and great catch right there. As you can see here, it was great blocks. He gets the ball out really fast. Dallas Ballner makes the catch, gets upfield, makes one miss, and then goes for more. And great way to hold on with ball security at the end of that play. Knowing the situation of the game, you're up. You don't want to give the ball back to that team. Just take your time. We're going to walk the ball down the field and do what you got to do to score.
That sets up the Blazers for a 1st down with just under 9 minutes left to play in the game. As Robles is going to fake twice, and he's rolling to the outside. And Robles pass across the middle. That's number 80, Joe Fortston, for the Blazers' 1st down.
And that was a great route by Joe Fortson. He dragged across the field As you can see here, he dragged across the field, but that was a good fake in the backfield to kind of stem number 15, and once it did, it freed up Joe Fortson for a great catch. Even though number 8 and 27 were following him, they couldn't get there in time. That's the first down for the Blazers.
Bring up a first down and 10 from about the 34-yard line for the Blazers. As Robles takes the snap, and the give is to number 27, Cedric Hollingshed, and he's met in the backfield by what looks to be number 95. That's Brandon Gaddy, and number 15, Aaron Brown in the backfield.
Yeah, and right here, all you're telling your running back, your freshman running back, Cedric Hollingshed, is hold on to the ball. Don't give it to Delta State Statesman, and just continue to run the ball hard when your number is called.
That keeps the clock running here at 8:06 and counting here in this fourth quarter. As Adam Robles gets set for this play, he's going to take the snap, and he's looking left, and that pass is almost intercepted. It was tipped by number 44, Laundry Tulo. But that could have been so much more.
Yeah, it could have been a lot more, and I think it was a kind of crazy play call right there, because you could have kept the ball on the ground to keep the clock moving, but instead you air the ball out, and now the clock stops.
The clock is stopped here at 7:55 with your score 42-21. Valdosta State leading the Delta State Statesmen here at Bazemore-Hyder Stadium. As we see quarterback Adam Robles, he looks to be changing the play at the line of scrimmage, changing some things up, and he better watch it. And it looks like there may have been a timeout taken by Valdosta State, because the play clock was running down quite quickly.
And what made Adam Robles make that decision was the safety flew downhill right before he snapped the ball. And, of course, I think the play was probably a run call, so he felt a little wrong about it. Wanted to switch the play up, but the play clock was near the end, so Kerwin Bell had to call a timeout right there.
As we take this timeout, Coach Cooley is calling again for another meeting with the head referee. It seems to be almost a habitual thing here for Coach Cooley, trying to get these refs over to talk to him.
Yeah, I guess to get an understanding of what's going on and what they're missing, but you have to let the refs do their job, because that's what they get paid to do, come out here and ref this game. Even though you may see something different from what they see, they do get paid, and they make the best calls that they can make when they're out on the field.
When we come back with this third down and about 10 for Valdosta State, what do you think? What do you think Coach Bell's going to draw up for his team?
Possibly a pass play. I won't be shocked, because they just tried it right there to try to get the ball over the middle, or maybe on the outside to Dallas Baldner, or maybe Big Joe Fortson if he's out on the field. But one thing about this Valdosta State offense that I can say I have watched all season, they're all playmakers. He has a lot of talented receivers on the outside and a talented running back. So it's really, you never know what's coming and who's coming, because all the receivers that have the possibility of touching the field can make a play at a split second.
As the Blazers line up for this third down with 7:55 remaining in the game, your score 42-21 Valdosta State. Robles is going to take the snap. He's going to fake to number 27, Hollingshed, and he's going deep down the sidelines. That's number 10, Steven Denmark. Touchdown, Valdosta State. What a throw by Adam Robles to number 10, Steven Denmark.
And yeah, you can see right here, he puts the ball on the money. Great blocking up front. They only send 5, but 1-1. But I couldn't tell why number 13 either didn't make a play on the ball and pick the ball off, or maybe a big hit on number 10. He just kind of whiffed and moved out the play.
That sends out Andrew Gray one more time to kick a PAT. And that kick is in fact good. So with 7:47 remaining in this game, your score, Valdosta State 49, Delta State 21.
And as that play was really frightening, VSU-TV presents Saturday Fright Special every Saturday at 9 p.m. and midnight. Join host Scarewolf as he leads you through classic monster movies on Saturday Fright Special. Get your friends together and grab some popcorn before the popcorn grabs you.
You know, after a scoreless third quarter, this game looked to be taken over by the defenses. And then here in this third quarter, Valdosta State scored 3 touchdowns.
Yes, and that came about from the quarterback change to Adam Robles. And I think it was actually a great quarterback change because Roland Rivers, of course, like I said earlier in the show, had plenty of opportunities to prove himself and put one in the end zone, but after the second or third quarter struggled. So he made the quarterback change. Adam Robles comes out, makes great plays, puts his team in a great situation. They're up 49-21. It's looking really, really, really good for Valdosta State right now, looking like they're coming towards another victory.
And for Coach Bell, it's just been a great call so far this year using his quarterbacks, as we see Gray pooch kick it to about the 25-yard line. That's number 46. Cole Kelly. Excuse me, number 36. That's number 36, Bryant McDuffie on the return, but there is a flag on the play. As we see the Delta State offense come out here one more time.
Unsportsmanlike conduct foul. Number 32. 15 yards added to the end of the run. That is the first unsportsmanlike conduct foul on number 32 for the game.
It's an unsportsmanlike conduct call on number 32 for the Blazers. That's Will Fletcher, the 6'3" junior out of Carson, California.
And I'm pretty sure Kawon Bell does not like that at all because they're trying to just get out of this game and without any problems, but can't make bonehead mistakes like that. That's going to cause you not to get playing time. And I'm pretty sure Kawon Bell doesn't like anything like that happening on the field. He wants a clean game out there.
As I was saying just before the kickoff came, your hats have to go off as we see Sullivan take the snap and complete the pass for a minimal gain. That's number 17, Josh Pinkston, on that reception. But Coach Bell has really had the right choices in his mind as it comes to quarterback changes this year.
Yes, he has. But when they're both as talented as they both are, you can do stuff like that. You can give your people opportunity to make big plays like that.
And we see that's number 1, Cam Myers, tackled by number 43, Thomas Wright, but this one's going to be coming back due to a hold on number 9, Larry Murphy.
Or possibly a hold on the Delta State receiver as Larry Murphy was trying to get off of the block. He did grab around his neck, and you can't do that.
Holding, number 78 on the offense. 10 yards on the spot of foul. Replay to down.
Actually a lineman there, Will. I guess it was of course they were trying to set up the screen, and that's how the lineman got outside and made a bad holding call right there. I mean, bad holding block right there.
They'll set up 2nd and 20 for Delta State with 7 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the game.
Statesmen have 2nd down and long.
As we see Tyler Sullivan line up with Myers next to him. Sullivan's going to take the snap, and he's going deep down the sidelines, and the pass is going to be incomplete, intended for number 20. That's Chris Cooley, the wide receiver on the outside, who's made a couple big plays for Delta State, but unfortunately his quarterback just overthrew him there.
Yeah, just too much on that pass. Has to put it down just a little bit to where his receiver can make a play. But that also was good coverage by number 32, Willie Fletcher for Valdosta State, as he stayed in phase and was ready for the throw.
Sullivan getting ready to take the snap here on 3rd down and long. As Sullivan steps up into the pocket, he's going to try to run for it, and he's got quite a bit of yards before he gives himself up at about the 45-yard line of Valdosta State. That'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, as they got pressure right there, you can see he had no choice but to bail out. They sent about about 5 to 6 men that time on that blitz. Sullivan saw nothing downfield and took off and took a slide there. Got it.
Delta State goes quick as Sullivan's looking deep down the sidelines. That pass is complete. That's number 10, Alex Pina-Rodin. That's Pina-Rodin's first catch of the game, but what a nice one there.
Oh, what a beautiful catch there. He comes upfield, steps back, and makes sure he keeps 2 feet in bounds, although you only need 1 in college.
Brings up a first down with just over 6 minutes left to play in the game. As Sullivan takes the snap, and he's looking, and he is brought down in the backfield by number 31, Maurice Fawson, in the backfield.
Great blitz call right there by the coach. He comes in flying hot, and they only sent 4 right there. So the Delta State offense has to find a way to make great blocks there, and that's been really the problem all game long. They couldn't make the great blocks when the time is needed.
It brings up a second and about 20 for Delta State as Sullivan takes the snap. He's looking out to the outside. That pass is complete. That's number 84 on the reception, Marquise Carter, for a gain of about 10. That brings up 3rd down and about 9.
Yeah, and as you can see right here, he gets upfield and sees a bubble wide open. He makes the throw. He did miss a tackle, miss a block there, but number 43, Thomas Wright, feels the tackle.
Sullivan's going to take the snap. He's looking to go deep. He's got a man wide open for the touchdown. That's number 86, Tyler Harrell, with the touchdown for Delta State as we check out this replay.
He gave up his body for that touchdown there as he took a big hit, but Donatello Brown didn't continue to run with his man, it seemed, or the safety wasn't where he was supposed to be, and he was wide open walking into the end zone there.
That's exactly what Delta State's offense needed, although it may have come a little late with 5 minutes and 6 seconds remaining in the game as we see Cody Mills come out for this extra point. And they're able to get the snap down. We'll have to see, and it looks like he just missed it left. So with 5:06 remaining in this game, your score is Valdosta State 49 and Delta State 27.
And since we have a second right here, on Thursday, October the 27th, Valdosta State will be hosting its Fall Career Expo in the Magnolia and Cypress Rooms in the University Center. The expo will run from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. and is for students interested in employment opportunities. A list of participating organizations will be available online at valdosta.edu/careers 1 week prior to the event. Don't miss your chance to talk to some great organizations.
So with just over 5 minutes left, do you think Coach Cooley's going to have to bring out his hands team for this next kickoff?
Yes, he will, and I won't be shocked to see a nice little onside right here, but we got to see if they can get it off and do it successfully. It's all about execution here. You have to execute. If you do not, it's Valdosta State's ball, probably at the 40 to 44-yard line, and great field position once again. So you have to execute. Those are the keys.
Of course. Now for the audience that may not be completely familiar with the terminology of hands team, Kawon, can you kind of give them the definition of what a hands team does?
A hands team is a unit or special team that you put on the field during these onside kick situations. Usually these are your most talented players when it comes to their hands. They don't drop a lot of passes. Hopefully they don't drop a lot of passes because this ball is going to come in flying or bouncing around some crazy way. So they put this team out here to make a play and make sure you grab hold to the ball and hold on to it so you don't give the Statesmen an opportunity to get the ball back right here.
I believe this is Valdosta State's first time sending the hands team out for a kickoff. As we see number 48, and the ball is picked up by number 14, Brandon Rowe, and he's able to return it to about the 30-yard line. However, there is a flag on the play. We'll have to check it.
Seems like Brandon Rowe wanted to take that one to the house. He had no intentions of laying down on the ball. Probably his coach said that in the huddle over there. If the ball touches your hand, please lay down on it. But Brandon Rowe saw our opportunity and took off right there.
We'll have to check the flag to see what it is as we listen to our head referee.
And as you can see here, they get it off. Misses, a little miss by number 3, but 14, Brandon Rowe picks it up. Helps out his teammate right there.
That's number 3, Zay Howard, with unable to capture the ball, but that sets up Valdosta State with fantastic starting field position inside Delta State's 25 as we see Adam Robles and that offense walk back out onto the field with just over 5:01 left in the game.
And if I were Kerwin Bell in the situation, I would put the ball on the ground.
The give is to number 27, Cedric Hollingshed, the true freshman and 3-time GSC Freshman of the Week. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, bringing up a 2nd down.
Yeah, continue to put the ball on the ground, drain this clock, because you don't want the Statesmen to come back. And this would be a historic comeback if they come back, because they're up about 2 touchdowns. Wouldn't be good. Definitely at home during homecoming to come back to get beat from something like that.
Robles takes the snap and he's looking to pass, and he's going deep into the corner of the end zone, and he's unable to connect with number 16, Dallas Baldner. He just overthrew it, but there was pressure in his face in the form of number 91. That's Lauren Fairley for Delta State.
And Dallas Baldner's route was amazing from this side. He gave the man a inside look like he was giving a post and snatched back to the outside for a corner route towards the pylon. If Adam Robles makes that throw, that's a touchdown, because that cornerback over there was done.
That brings up 3rd down from about the 24-yard line for the Blazers. And Robles is going to take the snap, and the give is to number 27, Cedric Hollingshed. And Cedric Hollingshed is bullying his way to looks to be just shy of the 1st down marker. The ball will be placed at about the 16-yard line as we check the replay.
As you can see here, great run by Cedric Hollingshed, but also great zone blocking from his offensive line. They hit the gaps really hard. They make sure no one's in the gap, so Hollingshed can pick up as many yards as he did on that play.
Again, that brings up 4th down with just over 3 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the game. Your score is Valdosta State 49, Delta State 27. As Valdosta State looks to close out this game, Adam Robles felt the clock ticking down there and smartly took a timeout, although Coach Bell was not quite happy that the Blazers had to use that timeout.
Not at all, not at all.
While we have a second, the Society of Physics students is holding a stargazing party in alliance with the Valdosta State Astronomical Society on Friday, October 28th in Hahira, Georgia. Come and learn about galaxies, nebulas, and other things that can be seen from a telescope. There will also be teachings on different constellations as they are spotted in the sky. As we take a look here at the Delta State team huddle, what do you think their defensive coordinator, Rayleigh Jackson, is telling his folks down there?
Have a little pride about yourself, fight. You may be a little bit out by the score, but if you have some type of pride about yourself and you love your teammates, go out here and fight for one another and try to prevent a touchdown right here, because I'm pretty sure Kerwin Bell is probably going to go for it, to be honest, but I won't be shocked to see the kicker come on the field. But it's not even possible, because Adam Robles is making his way back to the field right now.
Robles is headed to the line on this 4th down with just over 3.5 minutes left in the game. Robles will survey the defense as he waits on the snap, as Delta State takes a timeout, as these two teams are swapping timeouts.
And I think that swap of a timeout was from a defensive standpoint. They wanted to maybe see what the offense was lining up in and get a look first to see what type of defense they would like to use on that play. And I'm pretty sure how it looked, they was lining up that time. They were going to go in a man-to-man coverage, possibly put a couple of holes in there, because lately, well, not lately, the whole game, basically the secondary has struggled to guard these receivers for the Valdosta State Blazers.
Coach Cooley seems to be all or nothing on this drive for Valdosta State. That is their second charged timeout of the half, and that leaves them with only one. Valdosta State also only has one timeout remaining. However, if Valdosta State is able to pick up this first down, that should just about close out the game. Adam Robles lines up in the backfield by himself as we see Hollingshed split out as a wingback. That's number 83, Devon Bolden, in motion, and Robles is going to take the snap. That pass is complete to number 10, Steven Denmark. And Steven Denmark has enough for the first down for Valdosta State, and that will run the clock.
Yes, it will, and that was a great play call by Kerwin Bell right there. He gets the man in motion and drives and makes a great throw to Steven Denmark over there. But with that motion, that basically brought the linebacker that was sitting over on the left side, or the right side of the field, excuse me. They brought him to the left side of the field and freed up that curl route over there for Steven Denmark.
Robles is going to take the snap. The give is to number 27, Cedric Hollingshed, and he is bullying his way down to about the 4-yard line for Valdosta State.
And they're firing off the ball right here. They're trying to just drain this clock, and as you can see here, the linemen get upfield, make great blocks, and Hollingshed helps them out with the hard run right there.
So that'll keep the clock moving. Just under 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in this game. Your score, once again, is Valdosta State 49, Delta State 27. As Robles takes a peek at the sideline, he has Hollingshed lined up directly behind him in a pistol formation as the give is to number 27, Hollingshed. There's a flag on the play as Hollingshed is able to get his way down to the 2-yard line, but we'll have to check the flag. This could be coming back.
Yeah, I won't be shocked there, Will. Is dealing with the offensive line of the Valdosta State Blazers. Seems like it's either a hold or a illegal block.
Holding, number 63 on the offense. 10-yard penalty, replay the down.
That is a 10-yard penalty that will back the Blazers up to about the 14-yard line and make it 2nd and goal from the 14.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Kerwin Bell doesn't have a problem with it being second and goal from the 14th right now, because it's going to do one thing, and that's called drain this clock. And that's something I know he wants to do right now, and just get out of this game.
Robles is going to take the snap, and he's going up to the corner of the end zone. That's number 4, Anthony Ingram, for the Valdosta State touchdown. And at this point, Valdosta State is just pouring it on, as they've gotten up to a season-high 55 points.
Yeah, and right here you can see great blocks up front. A great corner route right there by number 4, Anthony Ingram. Hey, and he puts it on the money right there. Adam Robles, a great quarterback switch by Kerwin Bell, because it wouldn't be, I don't think this would have happened without the quarterback switch, and he's played lights out since he's been in the game.
Andrew Gray able to tack on another extra point there. So with just over 2 minutes remaining in this game, your score is the Valdosta State Blazers 56, the Delta State Statesmen 27. And man, oh man, is the Delta State's defense Achilles heel showing today.
Yes, it has, and it's really showing because this secondary has been completely exposed all night long. These routes were complicated from the Valdosta State Blazers, and this secondary couldn't hold with their route game right now today. And as we got a second right here, the Valdosta Donor Center's doors are always open for blood donations that could save a life. In partnership with the American Red Cross, the VDC takes appointments 5 days a week for blood and platelet donations. For more information on the center's hours and appointment availability, please contact the VDC at 229-241-1141.
And as we just saw on our screen, you saw a picture of what looked to be an okra with boxing gloves on, and that's a play on Delta State. When they're at home and they're in their full green uniforms, they are affectionately referred to by the fans as the Fighting Okra.
The Fighting Okra. I'm gonna let you know, Will, I don't like okra, but it's okay because I'm on both teams' side today. But I still don't like okra.
As we see a bit of a kicker change, that's number 65, Jeremy Walker. Booting the ball deep to the 20, just inside the 20. That looks like number 24. That's Timothy Foy on the catch for Delta State.
And if I were the coach right now, I would run the ball out, run the clock. Because, I mean, to be honest, I know you want pride, but this defense have showed you how strong they are. So I wouldn't put the ball back in the air, honestly. I would run the ball, get this game over as quickly as possible. It's only 2 minutes and 6 seconds remaining, so try to run his clock out.
Sullivan's going to take the snap, and he's going to look to throw. That pass is complete. That's number 86 on the reception. Number 86 is Tyler Harrell, who had the touchdown earlier for the Statesmen. Actually, the only touchdown not scored by number 2, Chris Robinson, as we take a look here at the replay.
Yeah, as you can see here, he took a hit to make the throw, but it still was a great throw and a great catch, and the first down for the Statesmen.
Sullivan's going to take the snap and drop, and he's going to go down once again. The first Blazer there was number 31. That's Maurice Fawson for his second sack of the game.
Yeah, this defense has been all out against him. They're flying in there. He doesn't have much time there because, as you can see, if he did have that amount of time, there was a receiver in the middle of the field running a post, and he was wide open. And all he had to do is make the throw. But this defensive line and these secondary blitzes have been amazing today.
Yeah, as we see the screen pass, that's number 24, Timothy Foy, for a gain of about 10 yards. That's still going to bring up third down. We'll have to check the laundry on the field as we look at the replay.
Yeah, and as you can see here, they get upfield, and number 92 makes a great tackle on this. A couple of great blocks downfield. Still waiting on the.
They wave off the flag. So with a minute and 2 seconds remaining in the game, your score is Valdosta State 56, Delta State 27. And as we talked about at the top of the show, we were wondering what would be the X factor. Would it be the Delta State offense or the Valdosta State defense? And it's been the Valdosta State defense all day, as we see Sullivan take the snap, and he's looking to fire across the middle. That pass is complete. That's number 87, Michael Carr, and the ball is on the ground. However, it looks like they will mark him down.
Yeah, and that was a great throw over the middle, but really didn't have much time to get the ball out, so he had to get it out quick. But still, a great throw by Tyler Sullivan. And as you can see here, it was great blocks up front. Took another hit, but throws it perfectly right in the middle of the field for a first down.
Sullivan's going to take the snap. That pass is complete to number 24, Timothy Foy. On that tackle is number 22. That's Alex Brown, the DB for Valdosta State.
Yeah, as you can see here, he flies downhill fast and makes a great open field tackle, preventing anything else other than just the catch today right there on that play.
Sullivan looking to take the snap as he drops back. That pass is intended for number 10. That's Alex Pina-Rodin. Unfortunately, Sullivan's pass was just behind him with 9 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, and you got to make that pass, and these are the reasons why I think he wasn't in the game throughout the second and third quarters, because he wasn't making those passes and he wasn't making great decisions.
This will more than likely be the final play of the game, and it's a give to number 24, Timothy Foy. And that will do it here for us at Bazemore-Hyder Stadium. Your score is Valdosta State 56, Delta State 27. For Kawon, Cook, and everyone here at VSU-TV, I'm Will DeLorenzo. You have a wonderful night.